Okay, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon master for this afternoon. Today, we are playing, if I can still for a sec here, Steve and I and possibly some others are doing a special one-shot day of playing Schwalbe Entertainment's Shadow of the Demon Lord game. It's a game I picked up recently that I've become somewhat enamored with, or enamored of, and we are going to give it a try with Steve making a couple characters, and we're going to run through some adventures and see if we can't kill some of these characters. For those who haven't played, Steve and I have talked about this a bit beforehand, but Shadow of the Demon Lord is a very dark fantasy game, which plays up a lot of the kind of tropes of dark fantasy with like underlying corruption, a pessimistic kind of worldview that the world is or will be coming to an imminent end, which is may or may not be at the hand of the Demon Lord. So we're going to do one of the cool things that Shadow of the Demon Lord features is a bunch of neat ways of setting up random story features for your characters and for the campaign. And we're going to really embrace that concept and see what we come up with. So, let me just get the coffee going here.
Very freewheeling role-playing adventure.
Absolutely.
Self-engineering.
You know, that's one of the things that I am really excited about what do you call that? Mutant Zero or Mutant Year Zero things, because it's such a different game. Everything is random.
Right.
All the story elements are random. I don't know where.
A lot of random elements. You start off with 4 career paths: rogue, priest, warrior, and wizard.
So you, to give a little background, as a context here, Steve has picked that the 3 ancestries, rather than having races in Shadow of the Demon Lord, there are ancestries. And Steve has selected his 3 characters to come from the Clockwork, which is like a magical golem, gear-driven thing. Very similar to the Warforged from D&D's Eberron setting. A Changeling, which is a Fey created creature that was that replaced some living child at some point.
They conceal their hideous forms behind identities stolen from other creatures.
Yeah. And his 3rd character will be a human. So let's here's your character sheet. Why don't we? Right. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the Clockwork.
Clockwork, sweet. Okay, so let me. I actually have a copy of the Shadow of the Demon Lord in PDF because I'm a fucking nerd. And I figured I needed to buy it both in physical and PDF.
That makes sense.
Yeah. We know there's there's a website called Drive-Thru RPG, and they do these packages where you can buy you can either you can buy the PDF alone, or you can buy a PDF and a print-on-demand version. And then so all of these here, these things here were all print-on-demand things.
And you just ordered them, and
so I purchased them from the site. So here we go. These are all print-on-demand versions of some of the supplements for Shadow of the Demon Lord that are all really, I mean, the print quality on these things is really quite
so
great.
They just deliver them to your door type?
Yeah, if I can deliver to my door. I had to pay customs on them because it's coming from the UK, but what are you going to do? Yeah. Okay, so first things then is, why don't you, your 3 or 4 stats, you can record. Well, actually, no, you can't with your Clockwork because you got to roll first to see what your body is.
All right.
So you you can. So your it's strength, agility, intellect, and will are your 3 scores. 4 scores, sorry.
Agility, will, and intellect.
Yeah. And each of those, strength is a 9, starts at a 9. Agility is an 8. Mm-hmm. Intellect is a 9, and will is a 9. I'm getting this just from right here.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you roll 3d6 for me?
Yes.
See how old you are.
Yes. I'll roll the toxic waste dice. Here we go.
Nice. Ooh, 13.
13? Okay.
You are old. You're between 11 and 50 years old.
11 to 50 years old.
Yeah, so you can pick which somewhere in that range.
Let's go with 41.
41. Okay, so you've been around for a while. Roll 1d20.
1d20.
Let's see what purpose you were built for.
My purpose. What is the reason for my
5. You were built to work. Increase your strength by 2.
purpose? Work 2 strength. It's 11 strength. Okay.
Your clockwork form. Roll 3d6.
3d6.
That's 13. Again.
Grandpa's number in hockey.
Oh, nice. You are a humanoid clockwork. You're 6 feet tall and you weigh 300 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll 3d6 again.
Well, I guess that makes sense if I'm a worker. All right. 3d6. So let's say this guy might be our warrior.
7, 8, 9 is so your appearance. You have a mere suggestion of facial features.
Nice. Sort of a. Ooh, I like it. Sort of like maybe like a sort of a mask with sort of like.
Yeah. You were maybe like you've. I guess if you were a laborer, maybe you were just a general like.
Drone.
Yeah. So like the magical equivalent of like the assembly line, kind of construction.
Right.
And roll 1d20 again. This is your background. 6. You were stolen from the workshop where you were made and lived as a slave for 1d6 years.
Stolen slave. Nice.
Roll 1d6.
Okay. 1d6. This guy's definitely sounding like a warrior.
3 years. Okay.
3 years.
And roll 3d6. This is personality.
Personality. None. Let's see. 9.
That's 9. You search for meaning in a world in which you have no place.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, slavery is more prevalent the further south, like during the time of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
When there are still slavers, and there's these massive cities and stuff down there that are full of slaves and slave owners and whatnot too. So I'm wondering if maybe that's where you were, and then you came north to try and like forge your own destiny or figure out who you are and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Forge my own destiny.
Literally, yeah. Okay, so let's hear. Your perception then is equal to your intellect score.
Okay, perception. All right. Got it.
Your defense is a 13.
Defense 13.
That's effectively like your AC.
Okay.
Your health equals your strength score.
H equals 11.
Okay, so that's your hit points.
Okay.
Your healing rate is 1/4 your health rounded down. So I think that's 2 for you.
1/4 of health rounded down. Sounds like a 2.
Okay. Just because you're made of clockworks and gears and shit like that doesn't mean that you can't heal.
Easily fixed.
Yeah. Let's see. Your size is 1. Your speed is an 8.
Speed 8.
Let's see here. You know damage, insanity, or corruption. We don't need to track that just yet. You speak the common tongue.
Common tongue.
You are immune from disease and poison.
Disease, poison.
Sleep. And fatigue.
Nice. Fatigue. Okay.
Yep. You have a key somewhere on your body that you cannot reach. When the key is cranked and turned, when the key is cranked and turning, you count as a creature. When it stops, you become an object.
Huh.
The key stops turning when you become incapacitated. It also stops turning at the end of any round in which you got a total of 0 or lower on an attack roll or a challenge roll. Remember, you can roll your d20 and you roll a Bane. If it gets below 0, you kind of go.
Interesting. Okay.
When you are an object, you cannot use actions, move, talk, or perceive your surroundings. Any creature that can reach you can use an action to wind up your key. If you are not incapacitated, you become a creature once more. If you are incapacitated, so like 0 health or your damage exceeds your health, roll a d6. On a 3 or lower, there's no effect. On a 4 or higher, you heal 1 point of damage and become a creature again. So if you're really banged up, sometimes it's just, give it a crank and then see if it'll start you going again. Let's see here. Mechanical body. You don't eat, drink, or breathe. You don't age, and you cannot be transformed into an undead creature. Your mechanical body makes it impossible for you to swim, so you sink to the bottom when you're submerged in liquid. And repairing damage. When you are a creature, you heal damage as any other creature. If you're an object, a creature can use an action to start repairing you with a toolkit. The creature must work at least 4 hours. At the end of this time, it makes an intellect challenge roll with 1 Bane. On a success, you heal damage equal to your healing rate. So even if you're smashed into pieces and stuff like that, people can kind of like, 3PO in the, what do you call it, after the sand troopers, or not sand troopers, the sand people got their hands on them, grab them back together and put them back together. Okay, so it wasn't sand, it was the Ugnaughts, or the stormtroopers. Okay, now let's roll your professions. Okay, so roll 1d6 first to see what type the first one is. 1, academic.
What? All right.
Okay, roll 1d20.
All right.
4, etiquette and customs.
Wow. The heck?
So etiquette and customs. Well, what that means is
I'm trying to learn the meaning of existence, so I become an inquiring fellow.
I think it's that you get a bane or a boon when you're using something that's got that you're trained in.
Who is Kettle?
Yeah, Kettle again. Roll another d6. Let's see your second profession.
D6, secondary profession.
6. Wilderness.
Sorry?
Wilderness.
Wilderness, okay.
Okay, and roll 1d20.
Wandering through the wilderness, reading books.
You're Ted Kaczynski, the druid.
Take it easy.
Poacher or rustler.
Hey, poacher, rustler. Okay, makes sense. Independent.
So what do you think? How do you reconcile all that shit together?
I guess living in the woods, reading books. I need to make a living so I can buy books. So I, catch beavers and give their furs to sell their furs on the local market.
So maybe the like you were stolen and then you were used as a slave. What if you were used as a kind of like a high, a high class like laborer? Maybe you were really fancy and whatever else before, and you had the things, and that's why you got the background etiquette. But as soon as you got the opportunity, you got the hell out of there and sort of made your living as a poacher or a rustler.
Right, so yeah, sort of an estate drone type thing.
Effectively, I think. So then maybe that's why you got that diverse, the background in like high society and
I saw all the books on the shelves there.
Because it's less just because it's called an academic background, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's an academic. It's more like etiquette, and it means that like where the fork goes, what the right thing to say is and stuff like that. So, okay, cool. So that's and then that's effectively. Oh, wait, your starting stuff. Hold up.
Stuff.
What do you start with? Oh yeah, your wealth. Hold up. That's what you got to roll. Okay, so let's see how well off you are to start here. You're gonna roll 3d6 again, please.
3d6.
You've got 11. You're getting by. You earn enough to meet all your expenses. So what you have is a dagger, a staff, or club or sling with 20 stones.
Dagger and staff or club or sling?
Yeah, so you have a dagger. You also have either a staff, a club, or a sling with 20 stones.
Let's go club.
Club, okay. You have basic clothing.
Well, but I'm a hunter, aren't I, or a poacher? I probably need something to catch, like maybe a sling to catch things.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you don't start with a lot of money. I don't think you start with enough money to actually buy a bow.
Right.
So maybe the sling instead.
You hunt with a sling? Oh, why not? All right.
You're actually like poaching really small rodents.
Yeah, rabbits, rats.
Okay, so so you've got a sling with 20 stones. You got basic clothing, a backpack, a week of rations, but you don't have to eat that, and a water skin, so you don't need that either.
Okay.
A tinder box. 1d3 torches, so roll 1d6. Let's see here. That's so 2 torches. And a pouch containing 1d6 copper pieces. Or copper pennies, I think they're called.
6 copper pennies. 60 deep.
Sweet. Okay. And now, finally, roll 1d6. This is your interesting things.
3 interesting things.
3. Now roll 1d20.
Is it d20? 17.
You have a small bag containing 3d6 teeth, a necklace of 1d6 ears, or 1d6 severed heads tied together by their hair.
1 teeth.
You have 3d6 worth of teeth.
3d6 with the teeth.
Yeah.
Okay. 13 teeth.
A bag of 13 teeth.
Of course.
And either
I'm trying to make a face for myself.
a necklace of ears. Oh no, sorry, that's one of these things. It's either a small bag containing either the teeth, the necklace with ears, or the severed heads.
Let's go with the 13 teeth.
13 teeth. Okay, so you got a thing of a variety of teeth.
I can plant them and make smart toy.
Yeah, really. Great. Okay, and then roll 1d6.
1d6.
This is optional shit. Oh, sorry, 1d20.
1d20.
Okay, so positive personality trait is
6.
dutiful.
Dutiful. Mm-hmm.
And negative personality trait is, go ahead and roll.
D20?
Yeah.
17.
Is surly.
Dutiful and surly. All righty.
Interesting.
Sounds good.
Okay, so that is, what is this ex-slave clockwork guy's name?
Junis.
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 Yes, okay, nice. Clockwork. Poacher / etiquette. Okay. Who would you like to do next, the human or the changeling?
Let's go human.
Human. Okay. Emmy, stop crying, sweetie pie. All right, same thing. Your attributes are strength, agility, intellect, and will all at 10.
Okay.
And then you get to choose one and increase it by 1, but you might want to wait to see what your professions are.
Sure.
Okay. So why don't you roll 1d20?
It's a D20. We need a different die for this. We'll go back to the black. 15.
You saved your town from terrible monsters.
Town saver. What book is that from?
Which?
This spell sword.
Sword in the
Stone? No, it was a series of books about different swords that were made by the gods, and they had different names: Town Saver, Rune Carver, things like
I'm not
that.
too sure.
Yeah, good series. Yeah.
Okay, human personality, roll 3d6. And let's see, 9, 14. You help others because it's the right thing to do.
Help because right. Okay.
Now, human religion, roll 3d6.
Human religion.
10. You follow the tenets of the old faith.
Old faith.
Remember I mentioned there was the old faith that's more like druidic, and it's like the primal sort of like pagan type beliefs, and then the new god is more like a Christianity kind of type belief. Okay. Which suggests that you're actually a reacher, not a imperial.
Okay.
You're descended from the people who settled in this region after the Witch King's minions were kind of driven into the desolation, and you stayed here. Human age, 3d6.
Is it
8? You're a young adult, 18 to 35 years old.
18 to 35. Let's go 25.
25, okay. Human build, roll 3d6.
We have 14.
14. You're a bit overweight.
Overweight.
Keep in mind, this is at the start of his adventuring career. He's not an actual adventurer.
Lose weight?
For sure. You don't have to be, carrying on a spare tire for the rest of your adventuring career. Roll 3d6 again for appearance. Oh, no.
What?
4.
Ugly as sin.
You are ugly, and people find your visage unpleasant thanks to a scar, when beetle brows, boils, piles, a wandering or weeping eye, or something else of similar magnitude.
Nice. A wandering or weeping eye. It's boils. Nice. Let's see. Okay. Lots of moles. He has lots of moles.
Moles? Okay. Moley mole.
Exactly.
All right, let's roll his professions.
The professions, D20?
1d6 first to see which type of profession.
3.
Criminal.
Criminal. Of course, criminals are often ugly.
1d12 or 1d20?
1d20. 18.
Spy.
Criminal spy. Yes, who wants to look at an ugly guy?
Yeah.
Perfect spy.
Roll 1d6 again.
1d6.
And second profession is wilderness again.
Wilderness.
Yeah, interesting. And roll 1d6 or 1d20.
Independent. Operative. 1d20. Since 17 again. I don't like those.
Spelunker.
Spelunker. Well, sure.
She explored caves and stuff like that around there.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. And then wealth. Roll 3d6.
6.
9,
13.
Getting by. So same thing. You got
All right.
a dagger, and then either a staff, a club, or a sling with 20 stones.
Let's go a staff. Dagger staff.
Okay. And basic clothing. You have a backpack, a week of rations.
Okay.
What else? Water skin, a tinder box. Hi, sweetie. And 1d3 torches or 1d6. One torch.
One torch.
And a pouch containing 1d6 CP copper pennies.
3 CP.
Okay, and then roll 1d6 again. 1 and then a d20.
7.
You have a small magnet or a silver mirror.
Small magnet.
Okay.
No need for mirror.
No, really, you don't want to be reminded. Oh crap! There it is again. Okay, so then now you get to decide where you want to put that other point to, because you have that other point to assign for your attribute.
Right. Let's go. That's an interesting question.
Like,
Can I still save it? Yeah, can I still save it until I pick my
To be honest, you know what? Like once you see how you play this dude, you can feel free to respend it afterwards. But for now, I'll just pick one of them.
Yeah, let's go. I may as well go Will.
Okay. Will is what's used by priests mainly.
That sounds just about right.
Okay. All right, and then the last guy is a changeling.
Changeling.
So let's go. Here we go. Oh, sorry. And for your human, your perception is equal to your intellect.
Okay. Intellect, perception, okay.
Your defense is equal to your agility.
Defense 10, got it.
Your health is equal to your strength.
Health equals 10.
And your healing rate equals to 1/4 of your health rounded down. So 2 for him as well.
Rate 2.
And then your speed is 10.
Speed 10.
And then you speak the common tongue.
Common.
And you can either speak one additional language or you can add another random profession.
Is that another profession?
Okay, roll 1d6.
5.
5 is religious. There you go.
Oh.
Roll 1d20. 15. You're a pilgrim. You travel to sites deemed holy to members of your religion.
Well, dang. What do you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, that works out.
Yeah. Okay.
His name is Hobie.
Hobie. Okay. Hobie is the pilgrim and spy and spelunker.
Criminal too. Criminal priest. Nice.
Yeah. That's just sort of just like academic. That's a category of things. So you got spy out of that. So
outlaw. Yeah.
honestly, like spy is the most. Well, you're not an outlaw. You're a spy.
Okay.
Because that would be a
And
different.
spies
profession.
are kind of criminals, anyways, when they're in the wrong place.
Depending on who they're. The people who they're spying for don't think that. The people who they're spying on probably think that.
Yes.
Yeah. So really, of the that's probably the most innocuous of the ones.
Right.
Okay, and then what other human shit do you get? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. So then changeling.
What about qualities like dutiful, surly?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. You're that's right. Where am I here? Yes, personality. Okay, 1d20, please.
20.
So your positive one
6.
is you rolled dutiful again. Do you want to re-roll that?
Sure.
Okay.
2.
Cheerful.
Cheerful. All right. Why not?
And then negative. Go ahead.
Okay. Negative.
19. Unfriendly. That you re-roll that. That is irreconcilable. 8 is malicious.
Cheerfully malicious. Priest?
Keep me
Spy?
two-faced.
Cheerful.
Yeah, it fits with the spy thing too.
All right. What the heck? Cheerfully malicious.
Hobie.
Priestly spy. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Junis, Hobie, and then let's roll your changeling.
Changeling. All right. What am I rolling?
You are rolling. Let's see. Okay, so first your strength is a 9, and then your agility, intellect, and will are all 10.
Okay.
Your perception is equal to intellect plus 1.
Perception is 11.
Your defense is equal to your agility, and your health is equal to your strength. Healing rate is 1/4 your health, round down. And your speed
was that at
2 as well. Yeah. And your because that's right, 2.
Okay.
And then your speed is a 10. You are cool. You're immune to damage from disease, and you're immune to being charmed.
Immune to disease, charm. Okay.
So when you are in touch, you've got iron vulnerability.
Iron vulnerability.
When you are in contact with iron, you suffer 1 bane.
Okay.
To all your rolls. You have shadow sight. You can see into areas obscured by shadows as if they were as if the areas were lit. So it's not quite as effective as dark sight, but it's still pretty good. And steal identity. You can use an action to alter your appearance to match that of a living creature you can see within short range. It must be size 1 or 1/2 and have a humanoid shape of flesh and blood. Your body changes so you look like the target, though your clothing and possessions remain unchanged. The effect lasts until you use the talent again. If you become incapacitated or touch an object made of iron, you immediately revert to your normal appearance. Okay, so let's roll your age, 3d6. 7. You're an adolescent, 9 to 14 years old.
Oh boy. Let's go 13.
13, okay. Your apparent gender, 1d6.
Apparent gender is a 6.
6. You appear to be female.
Female, 13-year-old. Nice.
Now, your apparent ancestry, roll 3d6.
3d6. 6.
6. You appear to be a dwarf.
A dwarf, okay.
Okay, so we have to go to the dwarf
Makes
for
sense.
age, build, and appearance to see what you look like. Let's see here. Where's dwarf? So age, roll 3d6. So this is your apparent. This isn't your actual age. This is your apparent age. Is 8. You appear to be a young adult dwarf.
19-year-old dwarf. Okay.
Your build is 3d6. So 9. You're an average in height and build,
Okay.
which for a dwarf is 3 to 4 feet tall.
Okay.
And then dwarf appearance, roll 3d6.
3.5 feet. 3d6.
So you appear to be a dwarven woman, I guess.
Sure.
That is 7. You look like a typical dwarf.
Typical. Okay.
Yep. There's nothing particularly outstanding. Okay, changeling background, 1d20, please.
15.
15. You learned a terrible secret while masquerading as someone.
Terrible secret.
I
I like it. Okay.
Okay. And then your changeling quirk, roll 1d20. Because you're a creature of the Fae, these are some like weird quirks that you just, it's the way that the Fae manifests itself in you. 16, you cannot get drunk.
Cannot get drunk. That's a good thing. All right.
And changeling personality, roll 3d6.
Changing personality to 14.
14. You strive to do the right thing and use your disguises to help other people as well as to protect yourself from your enemies.
Strive to help. Okay.
Okay. Now let's roll your professions. You can roll 1d6 and 1d20.
1d6 and 1d20. 1. 1.
1. Okay, so academic, architecture.
Architecture.
You're a scholar of architecture.
All right.
Which, if you're posing as a dwarf, maybe makes sense.
Okay, sure.
And then roll again, 1d20 and 1d6. 2.
11.
Common. And 11, a fisher or a whaler. This is inland, so I'm guessing probably Fisher.
Fisher sounds about right. All right. Okay.
Okay. Your wealth, 3d6. Let's get one of your guys get some. There we go. Get some money, 15. You are comfortable. You live well and make enough so you can save a little.
Okay.
You have a dagger,
Mm-hmm.
either a staff or a club or a sling with 20 stones.
Probably just to keep things well rounded. No, I'm a fisher. Let's go club because you club the fish. All right.
Okay. You have fine clothing,
Fine clothing. Nice. Yeah.
a backpack,
Mhm.
a cloak,
Mhm.
a week of rations,
Mhm.
a water skin,
Mhm.
a coil of rope,
Rope.
a tinderbox,
Mhm.
2 torches,
Mhm.
a healing potion,
Mm.
a pouch containing 2d6 CP, 5 CP, nice.
Mhm.
You also have a small shield.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Oh, sorry. You have either one of these. You either have a small shield, you have an incantation of a rank 0 spell. An incantation is like a scroll in this game.
Okay.
Or a healer's kit, or a toolkit, or a writing kit. So a shield, some kind of incantation like a healing spell or something like that, or like a single use like fireball type thing, or not fireball, but I guess
Right.
like a magic missile, I guess.
Right.
A healer's kit, a toolkit, or a writing kit.
I say writing kit.
A writing kit, interesting. Okay. Now roll 1d6 and 1d20.
1d6 and 1d20.
This is for your interesting things.
2, 14.
2 and 14. You have a vial of sweet perfume.
Why not? Vial of sweet perfume.
And then your personality traits, roll 1d20.
D20. 5.
5 is determined. Is your positive trait, and your negative trait?
Determined. Positive trait. 9.
Is obnoxious.
Obnoxious. Well, she's 13. All right.
Okay. And what is her name?
Millar. M-I-L-A-R.
M-I-L-A-R, Millar. Okay. Changeling.
I actually knew a girl named Millar.
Dwarf. Yeah? Was she obnoxious?
No, she's sweeter.
Okay, so changeling, dwarf. What were the other things that you got? Your professions were architecture
Architecture. Fisher.
and fisher, right? Okay.
Interesting.
My parents are into Saskatchewan now.
They made it to exotic Saskatchewan.
Yep. An exotic foreign land. Fabled, sung of in song.
You ever lived there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. In Saskatoon. When I like have vague memories of it, but
Did you? When I was about 6 or 7.
I think I was around this. No, I was older than that. I don't remember. Grade up to grade 5. Halfway through grade 5 is when we moved to Winnipeg.
I lived in 1314 Victoria Avenue when I went to Victoria School.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I lived on 222 Broadbent Avenue, and I went to, I can't remember what the first one was called. It was
Broadbent, of course, nice.
Caswell was the second school I went to, because I was in a smart kid school in, what do you call it, in there. So,
Right.
yeah. Which was, actually, not shockingly, we played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons there. Okay. So, Junis, Hobie, and Millar.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, so you guys are in the. Actually, I'm gonna get coffee for us, and let's see here. I think there's something we want to draw that. How you guys think about each other? Okay, so we got a. What is Junis doing? You guys live in a city called. I think it's called Crossing, or Crossings.
Crossings. All right.
It's a city of about 19,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
It is, let's see here. Where are you? Crossings, yeah. It's basically in the center of the Northern Reaches. It is right. Right there. Right on this thing called the Dark Waters.
Nice.
So for those listening at home, there's our map.
Did you roll
Crossings is right in the middle. No, right there. No, I didn't. It's just where this where the pre-made adventure starts. So, and it's a good. I think it's a good sort of central location for it too.
Okay.
So the if Millar is a fisher, I'm guessing that she's probably she goes out onto the. There are a number. There's Crossing itself, like I said, is about 19,000 people. There's different neighborhoods that are in there. The biggest or most prominent feature is these massive ancient spires. There's 6 spires that date back apparently from the times when the elves lived here, the Faerie, before they retreated into the Hidden Kingdoms. So those massive spires stretch up above. There are other sort of big signature things. There's a massive engineering district where there's a bunch of factories. Remember that the Earth, the setting, has it's effectively at sort of a late Renaissance type, almost pre-industrial period. So like there's the clockworks, there's firearms, there's you guys aren't really you aren't part of that world just yet, but you're right near it. And then off the coast, this is the map for Crossing here, with the different neighborhoods in there. And then Dark Waters is off the coast, like you sort of curved around a little bit of a bay, and there's a bunch of islands that are around there too. So I'm going to suggest that Millar's also got a boat. Okay. And
Boat.
Yeah. How do you, let's see here. And Millar is also, I'm going to say is maybe she works for or has a sort of a trade deal with one of the local, what do you call it? Merchant heads. It's a guy named Master Dreen.
Master Dreen.
Dreen, yeah, Dreen. Dreen is a striking man with dark skin, darker eyes, and a smooth-shaved scalp, and a deep, sonorous voice. He actually sits on the council of Crossings, and he comes from somewhere far in the south, in the Cities of Nine. Cities of Nine are these sort of like massive, powerful city-states that are these incredibly ancient and incredibly corrupt, places. Rumors say that Master Dreen made this money down in the 9 cities and then fled north once, or stole it from some people and then fled north to make his thing. But you know Master Dreen, at least in passing, and his daughter, whose name, bear with me a moment here, whose name is Candace Dreen.
Candace Dreen, Master Candace Dreen.
Well, that's not the name of the master. That's his daughter.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Candace brackets.
And let's see. So oh my goodness, so much. There's so much news about the Tragically Hip.
Yeah, I know. Read a BBC article about them today. Quite good.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, so that's who Millar does her work for. For Hobie, Hobie actually works with he lives in a neighborhood called Grievings. Grievings is the shitty part of town, to be honest. Grievings is where when things have not gone your way, that's where you sort of end up. Grievings is the most densely populated district in Crossings. It is a desperate, dangerous district whose people work as servants in Coins, which is the trade district, toil in smokestacks, which is the engineering district, and labor anywhere else they can find work in the city. Although the district is infested with vermin and riddled with disease, Grievings people are proud and independent. They look after each other and mete out their own brand of justice to those who cross them. I think that Junus actually lives in Grievings.
Okay.
I think Hobie actually works with this. There is a You said he's a follower of the Old Faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about the Old Faith. There's different gods of the Old Faith that each has sort of a different kind of focus to them. So tell me if any of these. Oh, here, take a look through here. I'll get us coffee.
Okay.
While you're looking through those.
All right. Father Death, the Horned King, the Maiden in the Moon, Old Man Winter, Two-Faced Rebel, the Queen of Summer, the Seer, the World Mother, the New God.
You don't need to pick one of those. You can pick one of the Old Faith ones, or you could just be like maybe a follower of the Pantheon and you sort of venerate all of them.
Okay.
Again, this doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a priest when you reach novice level. It might just mean that you are, what do you call it? That you happen to be quite faithful at present.
Where is he? Horned King. The Wild Man of the Wood watches over beasts. Hunters, trackers, explorers often make offerings. Often seen in the woods. Made in the moon. Walks the dome. Remote from the affairs of mortals. Lady of mysteries, magic, and hidden paths. Old Man Winter. Bound in chains placed upon him by the Queen of Summer, she departs for lands of the winter, allowing old men to slip his bonds and conquer a kingdom. Rebel. Joy, hilarity, drunkenness, and pleasure from lovemaking. In the darker aspect, he has anger, madness, and unrestrained lust. Those who have a hand of revel upon them are considered to be insane. Let's go Rebel. For
Rebel
for Obi.
Okay. In which case, I think Revel is quite familiar with. There is a place in Grievings called the Fallen Soldier.
The Fallen Soldier.
The Fallen Soldier is the like a local. It's a rundown tap room situated between a burned down tenement and a brothel.
Okay. I like it.
There's a guy named Quirion Verge who is a tubby guy with shaggy black hair who haunts that place, and I'm guessing you are sort of one of the regular fixtures.
Patrons, yes.
Yeah, regular fixtures there as well too.
Yeah.
So Hobie is. So one of the guys that you've met who sort of there is a priest named Father Gregory. Father Gregory, he's an imperial, but he runs. Oh, honey, hold on. He runs a what do you call it? A charity. Basically, he runs a small shrine to the new god, inspired by the prophetess Astrid, and he does charity for the folks, the poor and whatnot in Grievings. I'm gonna suggest that Junus probably knows Father Gregory as well. He maybe does some work for him or to help him out in his ministrations to the poor and to the destitute and whatnot. Mm-hmm. What do you think those would be? What would Junus do?
I think he would console the people of his neighborhood with his sort of his mirth and his sympathy, but then of course he's sort of got a wild edge to him. Mm-hmm. I think he would help the poor, maybe try to heal them. Yeah.
Junus. So what I mean specifically is how would he help Father Gregory in his work?
Oh,
hi.
Maybe medically, if possible. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have any training? Like his two professions were?
No, but he's in a priestly way, sort of.
So Junus would. Junus, your clockwork.
Oh, clockwork. Sorry. I guess Junus would help with just sort of.
Bless you. Bless you.
Sure, thank you. Chores.
Okay, yeah, like carrying shit. Sure.
Yep.
Okay, maybe there's an actual honey. Settle down. It's okay. Yeah. Hound, coming up. Come up. Oh, you got hugged. You got hugged. Shh, sweetie. Okay. Maybe you help with. There's donations that come in, say every like Tuesday morning,
Okay.
or every like say Tuesday, Wednesday, and then once on the weekend,
Sure.
and you come down and you help unload that shit for him because he's an old guy, and you're a big strong clockwork, so that's how you help.
Right.
And maybe Judas has got some questions about his own soul, because he knows he has one. It just it doesn't know whether where it's destined for.
He's looking for meaning.
Yeah, that's right. He's looking for meaning. Yeah, so maybe this is sort of
This is where he comes to his teacher. And,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that Millar, because Millar seemed to be a fairly positive thing as well, that she donates fish to Father Gregory. So there's a small, like maybe ones that she feels, well, you tell me, is it like the ones she can't catch, or she's like, you know what? Fuck Master Breen. I'm going to save the ones that are the best, and I'll donate those to Father Gregory.
Sure. She gives. Yeah, she keeps what she needs.
Yeah. Okay.
Sells a little bit and helps out a bit. Yeah.
Okay. So then what is so we know what Judas is sort of doing, and Judas does what? Like he sort of goes outside of town and does some poaching.
I guess, yeah, hunting, scavenging,
Okay.
getting odds and ends to sell it in the market or whatever.
Okay.
And to bring to some food.
And then Millar is
She's a fisher.
Fisher, and then Hobie is
Fisher of shadows.
Okay, so and Millar, I'm going to suggest is she was better off than the other two though. So she doesn't live in Grievings, but she's got So and maybe that's how Judas and Millar know each other, because it's the fish. Maybe Millar not only is her own, but she also helps organize a drive for the poor. Okay. So there's a crate full of fish that comes down there, and that's one of the donations. And then Judas is the guy who comes down and unloads all the stuff so they know each other that way.
All right.
Or at least they've met.
Yeah. Or they could all meet while they're spelunking.
Yeah, really. Okay, so that's how those two know each other, and Hobie is hanging out at the Fallen Soldier.
That makes sense. Or hoodies.
Or hoodies, right?
That makes sense. They all kind of hang out in the same hood.
Oh, hoodies, yeah. You can get shot in Florida if you're wearing that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so here, I'm going to tell you your damage of your weapons, too. I forgot to do that. Your dagger does 1d3 damage.
Dagger 1d3.
But you can use your agility or your strength to make attacks with it.
Okay.
You can throw it. And the range of the throw is short.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see here. Or I think you had a club, right? It does 1d6 damage and has no other features.
Club 1d6. Yeah.
Okay. And what other things did you have? You had sling, didn't you?
Yes.
Sling does 1d3 damage,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a medium range.
All right.
No other weapons, right?
That is right.
Okay. So, what? Okay, so Junis and Hobie and Millar are. This is like an average, day for them. It's early in the morning, and you guys are heading. So Junis and Millar are heading to the what do you call it? The Shrine of the Ascended. It's the small shrine that Father Gregory maintains in Grievings. It's the place where you guys collect or drop off the supplies, and then Father Gregory helps to spread them out to the rest of the community. It features a modest worship area with pews, an altar, and an icon of Astrid. Astrid was the prophet who went around talking about the new god and actually like founded the faith.
Okay.
She ended up getting torn to bits by dogs. Yeah, things don't end well for prophets, generally speaking. But it features an icon of Astrid pierced by swords. The door. Oh yeah, actually, there's a neat picture of the statue of Astrid.
Oh, interesting.
For those listening at home, that is Astrid, the prophetess, pierced by swords, because she was betrayed, pierced by swords, and her body torn apart by dogs. Not unlike what Emmy's trying to do to Steve.
Right.
Yes, and you know that Gregory lives there too. So, Millar, you're bringing your, the cart down first, as is usually the case. First thing in the morning, you're sort of, bringing it down. Well, I guess it would be end of day because you wouldn't want that fish sitting around all night. So the end of day, you've got your cart, you're bringing everything down. The sun is starting to set low in the west, and as you are, you're making way through Grievings, and I'm guessing that it's still early enough, so you're not worried about. What is it? You hit the.
I tapped it out a bit, but.
Oh yeah, please be careful around that. I've noticed that when I was cleaning up when my parents were here.
Yeah.
Just gotta be careful of that thing. All this IKEA shit. You look at it funny and it'll fall apart.
Right.
So the end of day, like you're going to sort of get your stuff and then get out of Grievings. So you're going up, and what you see is, as you normally see, is the big clockwork Junus. And what does Junus look like?
Junus is sort of a simple, tidy construction for the sort of larger plates, sort of, and then sort of a rather flat face with a couple of eyes. Okay. And then that's about it. Let's say.
Does he wear any clothing? Or any kind of
no.
Okay. So what you do is you see Junus now. Would he be pacing or would he be just standing still?
Good question. Yeah, I don't think he's much of a pacer. I think he's a stander.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come up and you see standing like at what at first you think is an unusual statue, and then as you get closer, you realize it's that clockwork that always helps unload things. And you can hear the sort of soft ticking of as the cart full of the crates of fish comes up. You pull up and you see him standing there. What do you say?
Is Millar, right?
Millar, yeah.
Hey there, big guy. Would you mind giving me a hand with some of these fish here? I just need to take him out to Priest Gregory. Is that his name?
Father Gregory.
Father Gregory, yeah.
He kind of looks up at you. Now, how loquacious is
Junus?
Junus, yeah.
I don't know if loquacious is the word. He's sort of a man of few words, laconic.
So he sort of gestures at the door. He says, or gestures at the shrine and says, the doors are locked.
Yeah.
No one is in.
Yeah. She says, oh, shoot.
That's really unusual.
Okay. What should I do with these fish then, I wonder?
Don't know. It's a bit concerning to you. I'm imagining that Gregory's like he's always there. This guy is dependable as whatever, because he knows that if he doesn't get this, there's people who will go, and kids who will go hungry without this, without this stuff being distributed to them.
Right.
And I imagine that some of the stuff that you guys are transporting is also stuff that will in an hour's time will go off. Like it's stuff that they cannot sell to, some of the stuff that's donated is shit they cannot sell to other people.
Okay.
What do you call it? What do you want to do?
So as I say to Junus, do you know where Father Gregory is?
Junus hasn't seen him. Junus was off doing his own thing for a bit before, but he doesn't know where,
That's weird. Okay. So maybe I'll just sort of look around the church and ask anyone I see around the church.
Sure. Well, actually what you do see is there is a, someone who works for the Brown Cloaks. Brown Cloaks are the, town watch for crossings. It's a woman named Sergeant Elise, and Sergeant Elise seems to be sort of wandering around or she's in the square. So you kind of see her, and maybe that might be someone who you could ask.
Okay, I'll go ask Ms. Browncoat.
Okay, so she walks up. As you're approaching, she sort of, because it's Grievings, so she knows to, be cautious. Looks up and kind of does it up and down at you. Yes?
Hi there. I'm just looking for Father Gregory. Wondering if you've seen him around at all.
Father Gregory?
Yeah.
What is your interest in Father Gregory?
Oh, I just I tend to donate some of my fish to the poor. I usually give it to Father Gregory.
This is okay. So Elise is a young woman in her 20s. She's got thin brown hair that's cut short. She's got plain features and a well-muscled body. She shares. Okay, hold on here. I want to check one thing. I can't remember if it's. I think you get a boon if you make a check that involves one of your professions, but I want to double check on that. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot. You also have fortune points. Or so you have fortune. While you have fortune, you can use it to re-roll a d20.
Okay.
You can grant, before someone rolls, grant 2 boons to the roll. Or yeah, you can get an automatic 6 on a roll when you're rolling a d6. Okay. So I'm going to say that's how it works, is that you roll that if you got a profession, you get a boon on it. Okay, so your professions here. Let's see here. Fisher. I will give you a boon on this roll, and I'll tell you why afterwards. Go ahead and make a check against intellect.
Intellect check.
And remember, all you need to do, basically what you're going to do is look if it's over 10, so it's +0 to the roll, and then just roll that and add, because it's a boon, it's going to be the blue ones.
Blue ones, okay.
Boon is added to the roll.
Okay.
So as long as you roll over 10, you succeed.
No. 4.
So do you want Junis to try?
Sure.
Junis has etiquette.
Right. Okay.
So you what does Millar say that's so blunt?
He isn't. Millar says that's blunt. She says, "Well, I mean, aren't you the watch here? Like, shouldn't you know this kind of thing?"
She, you see, Elise kind of her, she turns as if she's ready to get confrontational with you, and then surprisingly, this big construct comes clockwork comes stomping up, and go ahead and make your roll for him. Now he's going to have 2 boons.
2 boons and -1.
And -1 because of his intellect. Yeah.
Right.
But you get to add the higher of the 2 boons.
All right. Boom, 6 and 12 is 18. All right.
That'll do it.
Nice.
Yeah. So what does Junis say then?
Pardon me, Watchman. I've also been waiting for Father Gregory for a while. Seems a little curious. He's usually here around this time.
Amy,
he's always here.
Down. So she sort of looks up. She says, "Well, that's actually why I'm here. Why don't you make? We can give you 2 year. So you can roll both. Let's do. Go here, gray for the clockwork. And then black for the changeling.
All right.
So roll no boons or banes to this. Go ahead and roll intellect check. Your intellect things. You need 10 or higher.
Intellect check. 15 for. She's not doing so good today.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. So what Junis notices is it's actually weird. Like the fact that the brown cloaks are in here is weird. Brown cloaks generally don't come down here. There is in Grievings. There's sort of an informal arrangement with some of the thieves guilds in town to effectively do what it's like mafia police work. So the fact that they have someone else that their brown cloak is down here is really weird. So what Elise then says is that so she is talking more to Junis now, and what he says is that Father Gregory has actually he's disappeared. Did he not share with you his concerns about the other disappearances in Grievings? Why don't you go ahead and make a check with boon for each of your guys too.
Booning. All right, whichever die is closest is the accompanying die. So 21.
Holy shit!
Nice.
Okay, so actually
22.
So Junis, but a natural 20 is still a natural 20. So fuck, you both got over 20 though. That's awesome. That's what one of the ways you get crits in this is you get over. Right. Honestly, both of you guys have heard
we're well aware that
Millar. It turns out there has been and it's been they're mostly drunkards, petty criminals, or other people whose absences won't be missed. So those are some of Junis's neighbors that he would have known that were, and ones that are problems or that no one really, if that noisy drunk on the corner or the, screaming cripple on the streets is missing, then no one's really concerned about it, but now that you mention it, and maybe Millard, there's like one drunken farmer who, or not drunken farmer, drunken fisherman who just can't get his shit together. So he lives in Grievings as well too, and you haven't seen him in 2 days or 3 days. So the yeah, now that you mention it, it's actually, yeah, you both have noticed that there has been some absences from here. And it turns out that Father Gregory was concerned about this and decided to make some inquiries himself. But she has been trying to, she tried to follow through on an investigation to find out what the hell happened to Father Gregory, but she was told to end the investigation. She's continued sort of the investigation anyway, but she's not finding, because the brown cloaks are not really welcomed in this neighborhood. There's not really, she's finding it very difficult to find anything. Yeah, she says, did you know Father Gregory?
Well, yes, we've we've known him for quite a while.
Then you have no obligation to do this, and I have nothing to pay, but can you do something more? Is there more you could do to try and...
Well, I suppose we could ask around to some of the people in the neighborhood that we know. I suppose quietly is the best way to do that.
I can, if you could, I'll offer whatever assistance I can if you can get more information. But as things stand, I can only look at night. I have no support from the brown cloaks.
Well, this is very sad. Father Gregory was one of the only people in this neighborhood that helped everybody here.
I know. I'm from Grievings originally, and while my life has taken me elsewhere, I'll never forget his kindness and the value that he brings to this community. If there is anything that you can, I have tried to get something out of. Do you know Quirion Verge?
Yes.
Yeah. He won't speak to me. Maybe you can get more out of him.
Oh, yeah, that's a possibility. Sure. Yeah.
He seems to know everything that's going on. So if you could,
this is a 13-year-old girl talking, I guess. Yes.
Well, she appears to be a middle-aged dwarf.
A youth. I thought it was a youth. 19-year-old dwarf, or is it middle-aged?
No. It's adolescent. It's not adolescent. It's a young adult.
Okay.
Yeah. So she, even though she is quite young, she appears to be.
She's crafty.
Yeah. But yeah, she says if you could speak to him, this is. And she kind of stops and she says, "Are you literate?"
I am, yes.
Yeah. So
we both are.
she hands the excuse me, the list to you and says, these are the names of the persons who have gone missing. This may assist you. I have my own, but I have to go. I'll meet you at the Shrine of the Ascended sundown tomorrow.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So you saw that truckload of fish that's there.
Right.
What are you gonna?
Maybe I ask the watch person. Are you able to use this? I have to get rid of this pretty soon here.
She says, I don't know.
Okay, maybe let's go around offering fish to local people, and we'll just strike up conversations and see.
Easy. Yeah. Okay. So what do you want to do?
Well, we'll make our way down to Master Dreen, and on the way we'll sort of chat with some people, and I'll try to scope out people who I think have known.
Well, Master Dreen, remember, Master Dreen is one of the really wealthy merchants.
Right.
He's elsewhere. Where the person she suggested was a guy named Quirion Verge, who was the bartender at the Fallen Soldier.
Okay, yes, right. Okay, so we'll make our way to Verge then, sorry, and then and then we'll talk to some people around the hood. Yeah, I'll get rid of my fish first, and while we're making our way.
Okay, sure. So yeah, you're able to dispose of the fish. It turns out that there were some people actually coming looking at the Shrine of the Ascended afterwards. So you and Junis sort of facilitate the distribution of this fish. There's not as much of it gone as it would normally be done if it was Father Gregory doing it, but you're able to slowly get rid of all your fish. So you may then, with that done, you have a chance to look at the list, and the names that are of the missing are Asa Min, who's an aging, down on her luck prostitute.
Let's see. Asa,
Asa, Min, M-Y-N.
Mhm.
Old Pete, who's a paraplegic who lived in an alley behind the Fallen Soldier.
Good
Remember
old
the Fallen
Pete.
Soldier's that tap room that your priest likes hanging out at.
Mhm.
Trout, who's a young orphan who's survived by picking pockets.
All right. Trout.
Enid, who's
Enid.
a fortune teller.
We never really knew her anyway.
Tyrus, who's an ex-soldier touched by the mercurial god Revel, actually a former drinking buddy of Hobie's.
Okay.
So Hobie and Tyrus were fast friends because Hobie, so this is your entry for getting Hobie involved with this, is that if he finds out they're looking into this thing, Tyrus was like a fucking drunk friend of his, and then Vern, a blind beggar with a filthy mouth.
All right. Vern. Alrighty, yeah, so definitely some nondescripts, forgettable people in society. Alrighty, well then we will head into now that we know who it is. We see there's a bit of a connection there with the Fallen Soldier, so we'll make our way there and see what we can find out.
Okay,
Good
so
place
you
to
make
start.
yes, because Tyrus would have drank at the Fallen Soldier, and so
Yeah,
would
there's
have.
lots of people there too. So
Yeah. Okay, so again, the Fallen Soldier is not too far away, but the streets. This is sort of the way that the streets of Crossings, or at least in Grieving, look like. What's he shit? Fucking with the dank and cramped and
the dank.
whatever. Yeah. For those listening at home, here is whoopsies. What she looks like. Voila. So the you make your way through the kind of cramped streets of Grieving, and make your way to the, there is a way to lock screen rotation in this, and I'm going to do that because it's driving me crazy. Okay, so you two walk into the Fallen Soldier, and it's just starting to get busy. There's people who are coming in for, after dinner drinks, and there's those who will be in here forever. What kind of, what do you call it? What kind of first impression does Hobie make on the other two characters?
So we say we walk into the bar and we see kind of somebody who looks like they're there a lot. Simply the type, and
they're a really ugly guy too.
Really ugly, sort of down in his cup sort of individual. We think, oh, okay, here's a drunk. He probably knows some of these other guys who are drunks, and so and he's there, so we'll talk.
Okay.
Plus, he seems friendly.
Well, I don't necessarily mean you have to necessarily connect with him. What I'm picturing is that as soon as you start talking to the bartender, he's going to overhear it, and as soon as because of his friend Tyrus, he's going to inject himself into the, trying to find find where Gregory was gone, taken in, whatever as well.
Right. So we're talking to the bartender about mentioning a few names, and we mentioned Tyrus. Yeah.
Okay.
Just wondering if he's seen them.
Okay. So you mentioned Tyrus, and you mentioned some of the other names, and that's where Hobie interjects and kind of like, wait, what? What are you asking about Tyrus for?
And then we perk up, or Millar perks up at hearing him sort of respond to some of the names, and says, "Look, we're trying to figure out where these people have gone. Yeah, do you know anything about them?"
I know Tyrus went missing.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
You don't know, so you haven't heard anything about what's going on.
Well, I mean, I know Father Gregory, and I liked Father Gregory, even if he tried to get everyone to stop drinking. But he says, but we can find it. Are you looking for Tyrus?
Yes, we are.
Well, I'm going to help you.
Oh, good. All right, thank you.
All right. So turns out that Hobie seems to know a lot of the people in the bar as well. And he introduces you to Verge. And while Verge is he's a portly guy with shaggy black hair and a sweep of blisters on the back of his neck. He owns the place, and at first he's kind of like, standoffish. He doesn't really care for the clockwork at all because you're wasting space in here. You're not going to drink. You're not going to whatever. But he does with Hobie's help, he does open up to you guys. And what he says, or what he says, and what you find out from some of the other people that Hobie sort of canvasses, because he gets everyone's attention and sort of like, you know, we need to learn about blah, blah, blah. What you find out is that there was a strange man wearing a hooded cloak who has been seen skulking through the alleys of Grievings, but he always runs off when approached.
Hooded cloak. All right. We'll call him the Hooded Cloak.
The other thing is, what Hobie tells you is that before Tyrus went missing, he claimed that he saw the boy, the beggar, Trout, the kid, snatched by an odd man wearing a hooded cloak.
Clue. All right.
And then about a week ago, so you find out that from the one thing from Verge, Hobie tells you about what Tyrus was sort of ranting about, and then you hear from, let's see here. Oh, from Verge as well, that about a week ago, two men dressed far too finely for Grievings, and he kind of looks at Millar when he says this. You know, someone who dressed like they don't really belong here. Was so dressed too finely and obscuring their faces with pomanders, were in the tavern talking to some local toughs about the old Moore house. Everyone in the district knows the house, which belonged to an infamous demonologist, and it's been abandoned for decades.
Okay. Abandoned for decades, and nobody squatted there or anything.
No. No, it's a place that sort of anyone who's spent any time here or grown up in here, they know you stay away from Morehouse.
Right.
You know, whoever that guy was.
That juju, right?
Yeah. So that's what you pick up from them.
Okay. Interesting. Well, these are some good leads.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what?
So I guess Millar looks to Junus and Hobie and says, "So you guys want to protect a young lady and go have a look at this place maybe and see what we can find out?"
Okay. What do Junus and Hobie say?
And then Junus and Hobie.
Hobie, I'm guessing, has been drinking the entire time and insisting that you guys have to pay for it because he's helping.
Sorry, Hobie, we can't afford that. But tell you what, if you come help us look for your friend, I'll buy you dinner.
Tyrus is my friend, but I'll take dinner.
Good.
Okay. Right. So the three of you, maybe you can arrange you can take Millar's cart, now empty cart, to wherever you want to go.
All right.
Where would you like to go?
I think that. What time of day is it?
It's night now.
It's night now?
Yeah.
Well, let's wander on down to the Moore house.
Okay. So the Moore house is in the most rundown part of Grievings, which is saying something. Moore house stands as a 2-story building of stone with a partly collapsed peaked roof. Dead grass chokes the small yard out front, and boards cover the house's windows and front door.
All right.
What was that sound? Hey, suck-hole. The boards that once covered the back door lie on the ground. The house's interior. You guys approach this thing, and what you see is this 2-story building with the peaked roof that's been collapsed in. I'm assuming that you're going to do sort of a reconnoitering of the place. You can see that you get to the back, and the back doors, the boards have been pulled off and they're on the ground. You sort of have just taken that in. Actually, would you make perception checks for all 3 guys with 1 Bane, please? 1
Bane.
Yeah. Now, if you feel that one of your professions would give you a boon, you can argue for that.
Well, I think Hobie's a little drunk, but he's a spy and he's used to peering at things. And also, Millar can see in the shadows, which might be useful.
Yeah, you know what? Then take the boons or the banes away from those 2.
All right. All right. Hobie, boom, 11. That's 11. Millar, 14. That is 15. And then Junus gets 16 minus 5 is 11.
11. Okay, so all 3 succeed anyway. What you see is that Yeah, you got more than enough warning. You can see that kind of from across the street. So this place is it's very run down, it's a very abandoned neighborhood. There's the house there, and there's probably similar type houses that are around there, still occupied, but like by people who are on the very worst of circumstances. As you sort of, the cart is creaked around to the front again, and you're talking about, what you're going to do. You see there are, is it 2 or 3? 2 men come out of the shadows on the far side of the street. So not the side where the thing is. You all spot them, and they all have drawn. Where is it here? I think it's short swords. Maybe it's daggers. A long knife. So they have these very long, knives. And as they walk up, I'll say that Junus and Hobie both recognize that these guys are wearing the colors of the Rude Boys, one of the gangs in town. So these 2 guys are walking up, and you can tell from the expression on their face that they mean business.
All right.
So these 2 come walking up to you guys, and without waiting for you to say anything, they say, "Best be on your way." They're the gesturing they're doing with their knives makes it clear their intent.
Right. Okay. I guess maybe Junus will step forward and say,
those don't threaten me.
And then the other one steps forward and says, "So do you get off the cart to say it, or are you not on the cart at this point?"
You actually have like a horse-drawn cart or something like that.
Yeah. I picture that there's an actual horse-drawn cart that was dragging the things. That.
All right. Maybe you'll try another approach. You'll say that.
Look, if you can help us, I'll give you a copper piece for your troubles.
You don't like that,
honey. What's going on? The what do you call it? The one of them kind of sneers and says, "I got a better idea. Why don't I give you some steel for your troubles?" And now we're going to combat.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
So the way that combat works in this is very similar to in terms of the distances to Star Wars, where there's engaged, short, and whatever. Right. So these guys are engaged with all of you guys right now, unless you've said that someone hung back or whatever.
Right. Okay.
The way that the game works is you heroes always go first, but what you can need to do is do a quick action or slow action.
Yeah. Okay.
Quick action is you get to do either an action or a maneuver, sort of a move or whatever else. And quick actions go first. So heroes with quick actions, enemies with quick actions, then heroes with slow actions, then enemies with slow actions. Slow actions, you can do both a maneuver and a move.
Okay.
So for your 3 guys, who wants to do what?
Okay. Well, I guess Junus is feeling a little protective of his friends. He'll do a quick action first and maybe lash out.
Okay.
Hobie and Millar are a little slower. They might want to move and act, I think.
Okay, so you select. Okay, so these 2 guys are going to do quick action. So that means Junus is up first. What is he going to do?
He is going to, I guess, is drawing your dagger. Is that an attacking?
It's a maneuver, yeah.
It's a maneuver? All right, well, then he will just maybe lash out with a fist.
Okay. You can also try and disarm. Like you can, you get a bane when you're doing it when someone is armed, but he could try and grab this guy's hand and get rid of the long knife. Like the system's pretty cool that you anything you can sort of conceive of actually doing is more practical an option in this game than it is in D&D or Pathfinder or whatever.
Okay. Well, I like that idea. Actually, maybe he's just trying to disarm the situation. So grab the guy's arm and maybe put a little pressure on it.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah. So the guy's defense is a 12. So you're going to make that attack with 1 bane because the guy's got a weapon out.
All right. Attack with 1 bane, and I guess it's just strength or agility with it. Well,
at least strength, I think. Yeah.
Strength. Okay.
So you have +2 to your roll as well.
Nice. All right. 17 minus 5 plus 2 is 14.
Nice. All right. So what does it look like?
As the 2 guys are approaching, being the strong sentinel that he is, he just grabs the arm and pulls the arm up and puts a little pressure on it and says,
"Awesome."
It's
hard to not quote RoboCop, right?
That's right. Yeah. Drop it, creep.
Yeah. So he gets it, and he kind of his arm. You can hear there's well, it doesn't break, but he drops the what do you call it? He drops the knife out of his hand. sorry, I think my parents are in pulling out a swift current. Yeah, okay. So that's the one guy. Then the other, what do you call it? The other one that jumps forward and is going to try and stab you. Let's see here. 17 does hit. So, oh, and actually I got a boon on that as well. So you take 3 points of damage. So he stabs the, what do you call it? The long knife in and kind of jams it into some of the gears and tries to, rattle it around.
Right.
Now it's time for the other two. So,
all right. I guess Hobie will sort of maybe try to move around and flank, and and then
Sure.
The young girl will pull out her cudgel and maybe sort of back up Hobie, I guess, and then try to lay in an attack without getting in too close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hobie's gonna get in position and try and distract this guy? Or what?
What's he got for? He's got a staff, hey?
Oh, so he doesn't. Yeah, I'm assuming that's ready.
Yeah, that's right. So he'll strike. He'll move in and go hit the other guy.
Give him shit.
All right.
Okay, so if they're sort of coordinating, if he's doing it on is he doing it on the guy who's disarmed? Or
No, the other guy who's stabbing
Okay.
Judas. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And Bane?
You get let's see here. No, it would be just an attack.
Just an attack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just an attack because I don't think that.
Alrighty. 0.3. All right.
Not good enough. You have that fortune. And here's how you get fortune back: is you do cool role playing stuff.
Okay.
So you've got fortune right now. If you want to spend it, you can re-roll.
How much fortune do I have, anyways?
One.
Just one.
But
fortune?
then you get it back by doing cool role playing stuff.
Okay. So he let's say he takes let's do fortune, and then so he takes a swing and he misses. He hits the water. But then, and the guy kind of laughs, but then Hobie brings up the other side of his staff and then tries to hit him in the face.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
17.
Hey, that'll do it.
All right.
Shit. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Boom.
Staff is, I think, 1d6.
Yeah, we didn't ask
So
for that.
Sure, I can get that.
My mistake. Staff 1d6.
The staff damage is 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1.
And it is a finesse weapon, so you could use agility or strength on it.
Makes no difference. All right. Agility.
Yeah. I remember to add, if you've got strength, if you got a strength, like with Junis, he would do strength bonus. The +2, he gets to add to his damage as well.
Okay. Damage 4. Bam.
Damage 4, nice. Okay. Okay, so that is he, what do you call it, stabs at this dude or whacks him, and he kind of staggers back. Okay, next up is Millar. What's she want to do?
Millar. Okay, so the guy seems suitably distracted, so she's going to move in and club him in the shins.
Okay.
All right.
Wham. Go ahead. So now she will get a boon.
A boon. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. 18
Holy shit.
plus 6, 24.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a solid.
Minus
hit.
1.
Let me see here. What? Can't remember if there is a benefit to rolling over 20 in combat. Hey, Panther. Panther. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. No. I think so. You saw a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Boom.
1d6. What's her strength is?
We got a club 1d6, and her strength is a 9, so minus 1, I guess.
Yeah, so 1d6 solid.
4. Bam.
Four,
In the shin. Nice shot, right? Cracks right in the bone.
Okay, so yeah, he staggers, back. So his knee hurt, or his shin hurt. Okay, so that's everyone's around. Top of the round. Quick actions. Who's taking quick? Who's taking slow?
And now that we're at this point, I think that they will all just, and they're in tight. They'll just take quick actions and keep sort of
Hammering on
until
them.
they
Sure,
get
go ahead.
Right.
So what's Judas going to do?
Judas-
Well, actually, you can go in any order you like, just like Star Wars.
Okay. Junis will, now that he's got the guy grabbed by the arm, he's just going to punch him in the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'll give you Bane, or sorry, a boon to the roll.
A boon to the roll. All right.
Yeah, because he's got him sort of locked in place there.
Alrighty. 3 and 1, 4. Whoops, swing and a miss. It
Yep.
looks like,
He still has fortune.
does he? Okay,
Yeah,
so each one of them has a
Hobie's-
fortune.
yeah, each one has fortune.
Well, let's say he just keeps hanging on to the guy. He
Okay.
there's a fortune. All right.
Okay, and then
The other two.
Yep, the other two.
Alrighty. Hobie goes for another nice solid crack to the chin with his staff. He
Hit.
rolls an 11. Hit.
Oh no, it needs 12 to hit him.
Oh.
But did you roll the boon with that as well?
I didn't roll a boon.
Good. I mean, that would hit with the boon automatically.
That's true. Well, anyway, boom, 1. Yeah.
Okay, so you hit him with the staff again. 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1. Ding, 4.
4 points of damage. Okay.
In the chin.
Wow. Okay,
anyways.
and then go ahead with the club
Millar just banging away on the leg here.
and boon as well.
And a boon. All right.
That's your flanking.
Boom. 14,
Wow.
20. Bam.
Good roll.
-1, 19. Damage 1d6. 3.
Wow.
Shit
2
is-
is -1.
-1, 2.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Okay, so this guy's getting he's really, really bloodied.
Mm.
He is actually going to he's going to try and get the fuck out of there. So on his turn, he's going to you guys both Millar and Hobie get to make an attack with a Bane against this guy because he can try and get out of here. So go ahead and make the attack.
Okay. So a free attack with a Bane. Got
Yeah.
it. All right. All right. First we go Hobie. Ba-doop-ba-doop. 10 plus with a Bane 7. So no.
No, okay, so he swings and misses.
Okay. Millar rolls a 3 and a 4, so she misses.
Okay.
She gets a 0 or -1 for that
That's
roll.
fine.
Nothing.
Oh, -1. No, only your clockwork. You need to worry about that.
Okay.
Remember, because when the clockwork gets out, you got to runs out of juice.
All right.
Okay, so the swing, as beaten as this guy is, he is still able to sort of deke left, deke right, and then jump or sort of maneuver himself underneath your attacks.
Mm.
Trying to find that. Looking forward to when a DM screen comes out for this.
Mm.
Okay, so and then he's going to make a attack with a Bane against who's hit him harder. I think Hobie has actually, so I'll spin around and try and hit Hobie. No, 10. Wait, what is his defense is 10, isn't
The
it?
defense is 10.
Defense is 10, so he's hit, and he takes 4 points of damage.
Mm.
Oh, slashes at him. So he stabs him, and then he sort of makes a break for the shadows from where they were. The other guy's going to try and break out of his the grip. Your strength is a 12, right?
Is it a 12? I thought it was 11, actually.
Junis's?
Junis's, yeah. Why did I think it was 11? I thought it was...
Yeah, because it was +2.
So
Maybe it started as 9. No, you're
plus
right.
2.
It is 11. Yeah. 11. So he kind of finally wrenches his hand free, and then he turns and runs, which means Junis gets to make a free strike against him.
Free strike against him. All right. Junis will do just that. All right. Just a regular or with a Bane?
Make a regular.
Regular?
Yeah, it's regular.
7.
7. Okay. No, so you swing at him and he misses. He goes running off.
Yeah, that's right. Says Hobie. You better run. Right.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? Are you letting him run off?
Maybe we'll secretly follow him, follow them, and maybe Millar will say, I have a feeling these guys know something. I think I'm gonna follow them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Millar's not super great at least her professions aren't great at that.
Right.
Hobie may be better.
Okay.
Hobie's the spy.
All right. That's true because Millar can see in the shadow, so he'll lead and then she'll follow.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to need from you then is, it's your characters. Which one would you like to, or both you want to go?
All 3 of them will go and follow. Man.
Okay. Then what I'll say is this is going to be a chase. I don't think there are chase rules in this game, but I can easily kludge those together. Let me make sure, because we are testing this sucker out. Yes, there are no chase things. Okay, so what I'm going to say is whoever gets to you, you're going to need to get. We do contested, or we're going to do. Yeah, okay, so we'll do 5 tests, and whoever wins 3 of those will succeed. Okay, so and I'm gonna do a player facing, so it'll be you first. So first round, you guys are chasing after these guys, and it'll be your perception against their stealth.
Okay.
Effectively, or their sneaking. So their training will give you 1 bane to the roll, and then also because of the shadows, you're going to get another bane.
Okay.
So it's a perception check for each of your guys with a bane. With 2
2
banes.
banes, except for the young lady, I assume, who will have.
Yes, who only has 1 bane.
Oh, right.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's roll with her.
We do want to. I can do. We did this when we were in Winnipeg. Is it? Let me check here. And it turned out it worked really fucking well. Because the guys could roll as hard as they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Ah, nice. All right. Boom. All right. Millar's going first with her 1 bane.
Yep.
Combined. Perceive 5 is 11 altogether. Oh, it's a bane. Never mind. -1. Hey, Hobie. Rolling with 2 banes. Oh, no. What do we got? 15.
No, it's just the worst of the 2. You don't subtract both.
Oh, okay, right. In that case, that's 10. 10.
Succeed. Yeah.
Succeed. All right. And then Junis at 2. There you go. Rock and roll. 9 -1 is 8.
Okay.
And perception is.
Okay, so at least you guys sort of running through the alleyways, and you lose them, and then Hobie's like, "Here, I see them," and you guys keep going. So go ahead again.
All right, keep it going. Keep on. Boom, the young lady rolls at 20.
Nice. Okay.
-2 there, it looks like. All right. And then Hobie rolls himself a 12 -5 is 7.
Okay.
And then Junis rolls kablam, a 6 -3 is 3.
Okay. So once again, this time it's actually Millar who spots them. Here, I see them. Come on. And once again, running through the alleyways.
Okay.
Go ahead again.
And again, Millar's keeping an eye on him, and she rolls a 19 -6 is 13.
Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so at this point, what happens is you guys are still running after these things, and then finally they turn and they're going to engage again.
All right.
Okay, so they see that they're not, and this point is sort of in a, I'll say a small backyard sty. Like it's you guys kind of hop into a backyard where someone's keeping some hogs, and these 2 have turned, so you can take advantage of the surroundings for that, however you picture it.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the household there, and there's the sties full of like mud and whatever. They're gonna do slow actions because they want to move in to engage you guys and attack.
Okay.
So what?
Well, I guess we have to do the same thing. So we have.
Okay, so you guys go first.
Okay, so what Junis wants to do, he likes the idea of questioning these guys. So he's going to wants to go up and sort of bear hug one and then just fall on him and uses 300 pounds to pin him to the ground.
Okay. Okay. So make just go ahead and make an attack roll with strength against their defense is a 12.
Their defense is 12, just straight up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 19.
Nice.
Boom.
Okay, so you grab the guy and he's trying. I'm guessing it's the guy who doesn't have a sword or a long knife anymore, right?
Sure. Right.
Okay. Okay, so then the other 2 guys, what are they going to do?
And then they're just going to go in and they both move in, and they're feeling pretty confident, so they're going to just try to finish this guy off.
Okay.
Just straight up, no boons, no banes.
Finish which guy off?
The guy with they try to knock him out. The guy with that they were already beating on, who still has a knife.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, he does not look terribly. He's looking pretty beaten up.
All right, just a straight roll.
Straight roll each. Yeah.
All right. Boom. What do we got? We got 13 for Hobie. Yep. And then we got 11, which is a 10 for Millar.
Nice. Roll damage.
Damaging, and 1d6 and plus 1, 1d6. 1d6 plus 1 is 2, and 1d6 is 6.
Nice.
8 points.
Okay, so once again, Hobie kind of gets in there and spins the staff around. He whacks this guy in the side. The guy kind of lunges forward. You whack him to the side, and he turns and leaves himself completely open for Millar, who, and there's a sickening crunch as the club hits, and he kind of just goes limp and falls down limp in the mud. Okay, the other guy is going to try and get free. 10 is not going to do it. He can't get out of Junus's grip. But he could use Escape Artist, so I will do that. So he kind of slips out of your grip, and then as a maneuver, he's going to what's he going to do? I'm sure he's got another knife on him, so he draws another knife. Okay. Next round, they're going to do a quick action. So what are you going to do?
I think Hobie and Millar are a little bloodthirsty now, so they're going to both do quick actions if they can attack them from where they are.
I think that they need to move to engage him.
Slow actions? Okay.
So I think we
Junus can do a slower action or a quicker action, though?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, well, I guess Junus is a bit concerned, so he's going to lash out. He's still using his fists. So he'll do that. All right. Straight roll or Bane?
It is no straight roll.
Straight roll.
Yeah, it's only Bane. The reason you had a Bane before is because you were trying to disarm with someone who had a weapon out when you had no weapons.
Got it.
You can try that again if you like.
Just to grab him again. Maybe we'll try to grab him again.
Okay, so it'll be an attack with a Bane.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. Strength 11. All right. Yeah, rock and roll. 5 minus 4 is 1. That's
1. No.
Ooh, all right.
So unfortunately, you stumble and kind of like the mud gives way underneath your feet, and you're kind of staggering off to the side. This guy's easily able to stay out of your attack.
Right.
The other two are doing slow actions, which means he gets to attack. So a 7, 8, 9 does not cut it. Yeah, because your defense is at 12, isn't it?
The defense is 13.
13. Wow, nice. Okay. So so he stabs at you and it does not miss or does not hit. So Hobie and Millar can now kind of run in on this guy if they want.
All right, they're just gonna pummel this guy or bludgeon him in typical female fighting fashion. Flailing. All right, here we go. So Hobie is going to roll straight up. Boom! He rolls himself a 5. That's not going to do it.
That will not do it.
And he's slipping in the mud too. And then the young lady will roll kablam a 6. So maybe she'll use her fortune to. She's getting frustrated, so she's flailing. She's sort of swinging the club like this.
Good.
And she'll roll again, and she rolls an 8.
Good enough. Okay, so she's you're both trying to get this guy, and it turns out he's the combination of the darkness and the rain, and
I told you about the time I fought a bum in the street in Toronto, right? I could not hurt the guy. Like, what the heck? 30 years of training. He was the slipperiest little bastard. And what he would do is he kept tucking his head into my arm. He just grabbed my shirt and pushed me against the wall and tucked his head into my shoulder. And so I was beating on the back of his head like this, but I didn't really do anything to him. And I couldn't believe how he was just this sort of slightly older, and intoxicated black street guy in the street, and I won't bother getting the circumstance of what got me there, but I was there, and then I hauled off and tried to surprise hit him with a punch, and he dodged out of the way like he was grease lightning. I couldn't believe. Anyway, there you go.
Wow.
So he's one of those guys.
Okay. Okay, so then let's see here. So next round, the guy's going to try and, or the rude boy's going to try and stab again. So quick action. You guys quick actions or slow actions?
Well, we're all in close range now, I think. Hey, so I think, I think Junus is going to keep going with the trying to grab him business, because he definitely wants to ask this guy some questions.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a feeling.
Sure.
All right. So Bane for that.
There's some people who are stirring in the house right now too. What's going on out there?
Nothing. All right, go Junus.
Why Bane?
Boom, 13. Because I'm trying to grab him.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, right.
13.
13. That hits. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got it. Good.
You got it with someone by the hand again.
Okay. And then the other two are going to try to club him and subdue him a bit. All right. So Hobie rolls himself a 10 straight up. All right. There you go. It takes a 12 to hit him, doesn't it?
It takes 12 to hit him.
Okay. So he's hit. And then Millar is going to cudgel him in the elbow. All right. Boom. 15.
15. Nice.
14. All right.
Whack. We'll go ahead and roll damage.
Damage is 1d6. 6.
6. Holy shit. Okay, so you whack him right in the arm.
Shatters his arm.
And he, what do you call it? On his turn, he's going to try and pull free from Junis. That's good enough. So he yanks his hand out again.
Bugger. All right.
And what is he going to do? He's going to turn. Oh, actually, it's not his turn. No, that was his turn. So top of the round again. Junis, Hobie, and Millar. If you're doing quick actions, you're free to do so. He hasn't. He hasn't moved away.
All right. Okay, one last time. Going for the grab. Here we go. Junis is going to get this. Or can you try to jump on top of him?
I think after you once you get a
grab.
hold on him, you can try and do another one. And if you succeed twice, then you've sort of got him on a hold.
Okay. There's no way to do 2 actions in a turn.
No.
Use a fortune. Okay. No. All right, here we go. Going for the hold. He's going to get this. 2. Oh, shit. So that he rolls a -3. -3. Oh, shit. All right.
Which means that someone needs an action to reactivate him, but neither of your guys are engaged with him right now.
Okay. Well, that makes things interesting.
So what you can do, instead of taking, what you could do is one of your other guys like Millar or Hobie could run over behind.
Right.
Although I don't know if they probably know what
a clockwork is.
yeah, and how to
So
sort
they
of.
may not know where his.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
All right.
interesting. Okay.
Well, Millar can see in the shadows, and she feels useful that way. So maybe she was oh shit! So she saw it happen, so she's going to run around behind and see if she can see the key.
So she runs over
Slow
there.
action. Yeah.
Okay, so that's her maneuver, and then next is Hobie. What's he gonna do?
Hobie's going to clock the guy with his staff. He's been in this situation before. He's dealt with thugs in the street before.
Okay.
All right, straight up. Whale this guy. 20.
Nice.
Boom. All right.
Whap. Hits the guy. Go ahead, roll damage.
All right. Damage is +1 is 3.
3. Awesome. Okay. So hits the guy from the back, and then this guy's sick of getting hit by you, so he's actually going to try and disarm you. So you can try and disarm Hobie. Let's see here. 8 will not do it. So he tries to get in and get your staff, and you're sort of able to keep him off of you.
Nice try, boy.
Okay, top of the round.
All right.
Now it'll take us in order for what's her name, Millar, to find the key and then crank it. It will be a slow action.
Yep, she'll do that. Yep.
Okay. Junis says nothing. He's an object right now.
Mhm.
What Millar, a quick action or a slow action?
Hobie, he's in nice and tight. He's
Hobie, sorry.
he's good at quick action.
Okay.
Keep whacking the guy.
Yeah, and then the hired killer's going to try and do the same thing. So go ahead.
All right. 11. Oh shit! Strength's to 10. Damn it.
Not good enough.
All right.
So this guy's sort of you're both circling each other in the thing, and you're swinging at him, and he's ducking back and forth, and he tries to jump in. No, a 1-to-1
Nice.
will not do it.
All right.
So he jumps in, and you're able to swing, and actually with a 1 and a 1, I'll let you make another attack against him.
Ooh, booty. All right.
That's really bad.
Just you get a cross check him in the face as he comes in.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Actually, get your fortune back for that. That's cool.
Boom. 18. All
Nice. So Hobie has his fortune back as well.
right. Boom. Okay. All right.
And roll damage.
I'll mark down the fortune. All right. Wait, who's used it? So he's got it back. Millar used hers.
Yes, yeah, she did use hers.
D6 3 + 1 is 4 damage in the nose.
Damage. Wow. Okay. He comes back and blood spurted out of his nose. Okay. Then it is Millar's turn. So make a perception check for me. Millar has low light vision though, so no penalty because of the darkness. So just make a perception.
Okay, checking out the back of the creature. She knows where to look. 12.
That's good enough. 10 is what you
13.
need.
13. All right.
13. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you see it, and then you're and then next round, Junis will be able back to life again. Okay, so that is everyone's turn. Top of the round. The Rude Boy is going to take a quick action again.
Okay. Hobie's nice and close, and he's enjoying this, so he's definitely going to keep going. He's in the sparring session.
Okay.
And
what about Junis and Millar?
Millar will do a slow action. See, she's successful, so she's going to move back over and then circle around behind the guy and cudgel him.
Yep.
And then Junis is coming back to life. Does he take a round to come back to life, or is he back up and running? Okay, then he's going to surge forward and then try to grab the guy again.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Okay, so that'll be Millar or Hobie first, and then the
Hobie.
Okay.
All right, boy. Time for you to pay the piper. Boom, then he rolls a 2. Never mind. All right.
Okay. And then he's going to try again. Let's see if we can disarm. Finally. No, that'll not do it. Once again, he's, missed again.
All right.
Okay, and then it is Hobie's turn.
Junus.
Junus' turn.
Junus is going for the grab. Here he is. You will be 20. Oh, it was a 20, and then it rolled to a 2.
No.
So now it's negative 2.
Oh, no. So apparently she didn't crank it enough. So you stomp forward. There's like 3 steps, and then you...
Shit. So Malar curses in whatever language she curses in, and then she's going to use her slow action to go back up to a 1.
Do the same thing. Okay, so it moves over and cranks it up again. Okay. God damn it. It's like, when watching the watch to go down.
Yeah.
Okay, top of the round. So Junus will be back up again. Actually, everyone will be up again, and Junus is at least engaged with the guy now.
Okay.
So you don't need to do that. So you could just do a quick action. Okay, so Malar would have to take another slow action to get back into range and then attack.
Right.
So, but Hobie and Junus can both go.
Okay. Hobie and Junus, here we go. All right, let's go. Junus just going for the punch this time. He's tired of getting shut down. All right. And he rolls a 9, which plus his 1 is 10, which is not going to do the trick.
Not going to do it. Okay.
Okay.
So he heard you kind of creak to the halt, so he was able to. Whoa! He saw you there, and then as soon as you started moving again, he ducked out of the way.
All right.
Go ahead for Hobie.
Hobie is going to roll it up. Here he goes. Let's smoke the guy. Then he rolls a 13.
Nice. That's good enough. Roll damage.
Damage is 5.
Okay. How does he kill him?
This is a nice sure shot right to the temple, and there's a little bit of a crunch,
and flop, he drops down, dead. So so now immediately after the fight, one sec here, you can because someone took damage. Who took damage?
Both Junus and Hobie took damage.
Oh, okay. No one is trained in medicine or healing or anything like that, unfortunately.
Not exactly, no.
So let's see here.
Go a little poison here, or
are you poisoned? No, I hope not.
Right.
Or was it at least one of your guys is immune to poison?
Right.
Both
of them are both disease.
Disease,
so,
yeah. Disease cannot afflict. What's his name? Either the Clockwork or the
Iron Kingdoms is related to War Machine.
Yeah, Iron Kingdoms is the role-playing game set in the world where War Machine and Hordes are set.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. You can heal damage from resting or from equipment or from certain talents. Yeah. All right. So you're sort of you dress your wounds, and then what do you do? You've run probably about you're about 5 or 10 minutes away from the Moore house, and the people in the house, the whose yard you're in right now, or the tenement, I guess. They're starting to you can hear them sort of getting things together.
Okay.
To come out. So he's leaving these bodies here.
No. Junus is going to throw the body over his shoulder and say, let's move over to the shadows over here and see what we can find out.
Okay. It wouldn't be, grievings is at night is not the kind of place where people would be surprised to find bodies, particularly of gang members.
Right.
So what you find on these guys is, so there's a long knife on each of them. They are carrying. Yeah, each of them has a long knife. They've got sort of like stuff that would be like the color of what do you call the gang colors, effectively for the Rude Boys. And then you also find six on one and 6 on the other, so 12 copper pieces in total between the two of them, or from each of them, so 12 in total.
Okay, 12 copper pieces. That's
Yeah.
all right. All right, fair enough.
Are you taking those knives as well, or are you going to?
I like yeah. Let's grab the knives for sure.
Okay.
Right. Or something.
Okay.
Knives, 12 CP. 2 knives.
And
12
then,
CP. All right.
okay, what do you guys do?
We search the bodies to look for any clues. What's up with this guy?
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, you can see the what do you call it? Like there's some personal effects that really are kind of meaningless, but nothing that would suggest why these guys were stalking out the Moore house.
Can we tell what gang they are? Or
Yeah, the Rude Boys.
The Rude Boys. Sorry. And from their clothing, what are they wearing? Just
the typical street thug kind of no armor or anything, just kind of like pair of pants, a jacket, some kind of filthy shirt that's underneath, maybe a little bandana that can be pulled up,
right.
And then the knives, each of them has that's it.
All right. Good. Okay. Well, then we discussed with one another what we think is going on here. It definitely seems like they were defending that property, so there might be some connection between the Rude Boys and the Moore house. All right. And where the Rude Boys just operate all over the place, or are they a particular block?
They're sort of all around Crossings. They're one of the more influential gangs. Well, actually, I should say that I would have make you roll for that, but I'm assuming that what's his name? Either Junus or Hobie know that.
Okay.
I was asking me. Oops, shit. Okay. So the settle down, sweetie pie. So you what do you call it? What was I saying? Sorry. You search these guys. You know that they're one of the bigger gangs in Crossings. There's no reason why. I mean, other than the obvious that if this is a place of interest for the gang, then that might be. And if Father Gregory ran afoul of these guys, then that might explain what happened to him. But let's see here. Why don't you make an intellect check with a boon for Hobie, please. I'm giving you the boon because of the spy.
Got it. All right. Intellect. So that's 10.
Yep.
He rolls a 12.
Nice. Okay. So anything over a 10 is 10 or higher is always a success. So here's what you think of is that the Rude Boys, like most of the gangs here, they're quite happy to advertise their presence in places. The hooded high class figures or expensive well-dressed figures that they mentioned meeting in the Fallen Soldier, that's not consistent with their sort of MO.
Okay.
So there's no doubt that the Rude Boys have some kind of connection to this because they're waving people off, but it's unlikely that they're the ones who are driving this.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
All right. Good to know. All right. Well, I mentioned that to the others. I say share my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you guys make of that?
All right. Well, we think there's definitely. I think we're onto something here. We're getting closer already. So we definitely need to take a look at the Moore house.
Emmy, what are you doing? Uh-oh. You're touching your foot. Arr. She's got a medium bite attack.
Yep.
Arr. Tough girl. Hey, tough girl.
Tough girl. Yes. I like to bug Emmy. She obviously hates it. Yeah.
Okay. And okay, so what are you gonna do then?
All right. Well, we're gonna sort of this time we'll maybe take a slightly slower approach and we'll maybe try to sneak up on the Moore house.
Hey, leave him alone. No, shh. Leave Steve alone, honey.
But he started it.
Leave Steve alone. Okay. Okay, so you guys make your way back to Moore House, and yeah, it's as described before. Like it's just really creepy. So what would you guys like to do?
What can Hobie do as a priest of, or at least a follower of the old faith of Ravel? Is there anything he can do?
What do you mean?
Does he have any powers or abilities? Nothing whatsoever. Oh, he just
you know that there are those with further training that have can invoke blessings of the gods and things like that. You are not at that level.
He just mutters a quick prayer for protection from Ravel, and then we carry on and try to find an entrance.
Okay, so the Ravel. Let me think here. Maybe you would. The prayer would be for. You know what I'll do is I'm going to make you make fright checks as you go in, which are will checks.
All right.
I will give you, because of your prayer, I'll give you a boon to that. And this is, where's Revel? Here we go. Priests of Revel come from every corner of the world and all walks of life. His followers might be farmers, prostitutes, drunkards, addicts, criminals, or anyone nurturing a desire to indulge in hedonistic pursuits.
Boom.
The Laughing God places few demands on his servants. Above all, he urges them to savor life in all its aspects and to indulge to the point of excess. Priests are also encouraged to follow their hearts, even if it means breaking local laws or customs. Other common strictures include never refusing a drink, honoring the fairies, and being generous in all things. During festivals, Revel's priests wear comical masks that also appear faintly sinister. If they bother to wear clothing, it's loose and unrestricted so as to be easily removed for lovemaking. All priests of Revel also use Thyrsus-shaped wands as their implements. The most devoted priests might go on to become oracles, berserkers, or mountebanks. Caesar, it's a wand.
I like it.
Okay, so
also uses a butt plug.
Also known as Puck, the Trickster, and the Laughing God.
Hey, perfect.
You know what? Why don't you make a will check for me, and you can get a bane, or a boon from it,
right?
To try and inspire your colleagues.
Okay, so I say, all right. Let's see. So he mutters a small prayer and says, "Worry not, my friends. The god of these parts is in our corner." Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and he rolls a total of 11.
Yep, that's good enough.
And well, his will's 11, so it's 12 actually.
Nice. So what I need is for everyone to make it's a fright check. So it's a will check for me, please.
Okay.
And everyone will get a boon on that because of Hobie's stirring words.
Feel reassured by the priest. All right. And oops, it looks like Junus rolls a 8. And his will is a 9, so he actually rolls a 7.
Okay.
And then Millar, the cowardly Tin Man, and then Millar rolls a 13, and Will is 13.
Okay. So
Junus is like, oh man, I don't know about this demon stuff.
So Junus is going to be frightened until I say otherwise. And what frightened is I believe one. I think he's got penalty 1 bane to all actions, which is pretty bad.
No, bane to all actions. That's annoying. His knees are rattling.
You chicken, big chicken, frightened.
Don't make fun of me.
All attack rolls and challenge rolls with 1 bane. Also, you can't take fast turns.
Okay.
So you gotta take slow turns. Okay.
Be very careful. Doesn't like it.
That's an interesting mechanic. Actually, that you can't take quick actions. So you gotta, Okay.
Too hesitant.
Yeah. Okay. So then what are you guys going to do?
All right. Well, they're gonna. Millar and Hobie, who feel a bit braver in this environment with all the shadows, are gonna move forward first, try to find an entrance, and then go sort of slowly inside, see what they can see.
Okay. So you guys, the most obvious entrance appears to be the back door where the boards have been pried off.
Oh, pried off. Okay. Yeah. Well, we start there then, for sure.
Okay. So you guys step inside there, and where you step in there's a long corridor that goes down that is very, very dark. And then it goes down and it appears there's some doors that are leading off to the sides of this corridor, and then at the end it leads to what appears to be the big open room that you would enter into if you came in the front.
Okay.
The interior is strewn with rubbish and rat droppings, water spots. Are you lighting any torches? Are you going? Because only Millar can actually see in the dark. Or
Right.
sorry, she can't see in the dark. She can see in shadows.
In shadows, and
Yeah.
it's actually quite dark in here.
It's quite dark and there's no lights.
Guess they better light a torch.
Okay, who's carrying the torch?
I guess Hobie will carry the torch.
Hobie needs 2 hands to use his staff.
Oh, so he does. Well, it looks like Millar's carrying the torch then.
Okay. So Millar's carrying the torch.
Right.
And let's see here. Okay, so you can see that there are water spots in the ceiling as you walk in here, caused by the rain coming in through the gaping holes in the roof. There's graffiti and intermittent blood spatters the wall. Quite old. Hey, honey, leave Steve alone. Emily, come on. Leave Steve alone. Settle down. A pack of, let's see here. So there is a bit of a puddle of water in the middle of a standing water that's just brackish and stuff that you have to step through to get into the main room. Almost at the as you guys walk in, there's a bit of the torch is casting weird shadows around, and then you see that there are let me see here. There's a sort of a white glow against one of the walls that seems to grow. There's a chill wind as soon as you guys all walk into this main room. You look at the wall, and the torch kind of sputters as this wind that seems to come from nowhere is coming up, and this apparition of a beautiful woman steps through the wall.
Oh, all right.
And
That's a little freaky. Right.
yeah, actually, speaking of which, I need you guys to make another fright check for me, please. So another will check.
James gets a bane.
Yes, he does.
All right, another will check. Here we go.
10 is the DC always.
10 is DC. All right. And his will is a 9 to begin with. With the baby, come on, baby, roll it up. He rolls a 10.
Nice, awesome. So he manages to steal himself. Okay, so the other two are just normal.
Normal. Okay. Hobie, come on, Hobie, buddy. Boom. Oh, 3 piss off. He's gonna use his fortune to reroll it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Come on, man. 14. Boom.
Nice.
15 active. All right, and then the young lady, she's rolling, and she rolls a 9 plus a will of 11 is 10.
10. Nice. Okay. So everyone made it then?
Everyone made it.
Terrific. Okay. So this apparition of this woman who's dressed like like a housewife, but she's also got an apron on. You notice that she's carrying along, hi, sweetie. She's carrying along at her side a knife, and she has a look of anguish on her face. She seems to walk into the middle of the middle of the room, and then she slowly raises not slowly, sort of in a half-dazed gesture, kind of jerkily puts the knife up to her throat, and then cuts it across, and then the apparition kind of dissolves like mist in the rising sun.
It's inauspicious.
So all of your hearts are beating hard in your chest, and the what's his name? The Clockwork, his gears are kind of going like crazy.
Right, his gears are going like crazy.
So what you find is, as you sort of look around on here, and there's not really, there's not much in the way of that has survived the intervening years. There's been, as much as this place has been a place of horror and sort of sinister reputation throughout the years, it does appear that there's been, over the decades that this place has remained abandoned, that some people have come in here and sort of like robbed the place or trashed the place or whatever. So there's not really much left in the way of anything to salvage or whatever.
Right.
However, there is a basement.
All right.
And there's stairs going upstairs, and then you find there is on the first floor a secret door that is slightly ajar that leads down into a secret basement.
Oh.
So you guys open the basement, and could you make perception checks for me, please, everyone? Just remember DC 10.
Proceeding, and then Bane for Mr. Junis.
Yeah.
Kablam. Junis rolls a -1 on his perception check.
Okay.
All right.
Oh no. So once they sort of look and notice, and like, oh, for God's sake.
Exactly. All right. And then Hobie rolls. It's totally the Tin Man. All right. Hobie rolls a nice 15. Hobie rolls a 15. And Millar rolls a 13. 14.
Nice. Okay. So anyone who's rolled over 10, who rolled the best?
15 for Hobie.
15 for Hobie. Okay. Hobie says, hey, and you think you can hear the soft sobbing of someone downstairs.
Oh, man. More apparitions. All right. Hobie's like, I think I hear soft sobbing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they make their way downstairs, I guess, cautiously.
So as soon as you open the door and you make your way down, Hobie and Millar hit, there's this stink of rotting meat. It's an awful and it's just the slaughterhouse kind of stink. As you make your way down, the smell gets to the point where it's almost overpowering. Junis is no longer afraid. He's because he passed that fear check. He's not suffering from that bane anymore. So as you get down, there's this earthen floor on the ground. The stairs lead down, and then you turn the corner, and what you find is there is this earthen floor, and then there's this fairly large, maybe 25 by 25 foot iron cube that occupies this thing, and there is a door to this cube, or a panel to this cube, that is open, and you can hear the sound of Millar, because of her fisher background, would know it's the sound of like flesh being cut, like a fish being gut.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sort of mentioned that, or
the sobbing is coming from inside there as well.
And I sort of Millar motions to the other guys. Something's up.
Okay.
All right. Well, Hobie will probably lead the way here a little bit and sort of creep up and try to peek inside.
Okay. So he leads up, and you. Why don't you make a stealth check for me then? And Hobie gets from spy. I'm guessing he'll get a boom.
All right. And stealth is agility.
Agility, yes.
All right. Kaboom. 9 plus 6 is 15.
Nice. Okay, so you sneak up, and you're easily able to get there without. It's surprising to the other two for how this drunken reveler can actually be so quiet.
Okay.
But you sneak your way up, and you look in, and as you get closer, the sound gets louder and louder. And the first thing you see, which you have to, Mesh, going to get you to make a will check for me, please, again.
Will check.
Under fear.
All right. Will's at 11. Come on, Spot, hang in there. Whew, 12.
Nice. Okay. You sort of stifle back the scream, and also stifling back a gag. Bear with me a moment here. So let's see
gag scream.
The first thing you see is is a you see at first you don't recognize him, but then you realize it is the dismembered form of Father Gregor. He's the one who's crying. He is lying there, and he is missing an arm. He's missing a leg, and he's missing one eye, with each of them crudely stitched up.
Oof. All right.
And he's the one who's sort of sobbing. The cutting sound you hear is as you go in further, this cube on the inside, there is walls and walls of rows of stocked shelves in there. And each of the, along the shelf, there are different containers filled with a variety of translucent, different colored or different tinged liquids. And in each of the jars is a different organ. There are eyes of many colors. There are fingers. There are hands splayed out in some. And even one has the head, and it's Tyrus. your friend.
Oh my goodness! It's like a gift shop for the undead. All right.
It's difficult to, and what you see, the sound of that is with its back turned to you, there is a hunched, hooded figure that seems to be furiously working away with something on a workbench with its back facing towards you. All around it is just a spatter of gore. It appears, and there are bits of the stink is coming from, you realize on the side of the cube is a pile of mutilated corpses, all in a various state of disarray, or decay, I should say, and also differing sizes as well to adult and child. So what do you do?
Hobie sort of takes a second and he looks back at the other guys and he says, and then goes like that. And then he pulls out his dagger and he tries to creep up on the figure and shank him in the back.
Sure. I'll let you, as you're getting up closer and closer, you hear, I'm going to make you make one more check for me, please. But you will get the boon on that because of your spy background.
All righty. Making a check.
It's almost like you're revisiting an old life, I guess.
Right.
Because you're relying on those old skills.
Right.
And go ahead.
Yeah, because what is his age? I don't think we determined his age, actually. Or did we?
I thought we rolled for that. He's 25 years old.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is you're sneaking up on this thing, and you're trying to be careful, and you sort of make a gesture to Father Gregory as you pass by, because he kind of he sees you with his one remaining eye, and you sort of gesture. But unfortunately, while you were gesturing to him, you turn and there's some piece of detritus from the
glass.
From this the section that you've missed, and you hit, and kind of it squidges, and this thing kind of and there's a kind of like a cricking, almost like the cracking of a back. That's the sound it makes when it moves. It kind of pops and it turns towards you. And I need you to make another fear check for me. This thing's face appears to be a horribly dehydrated human face, stretched out across. So its teeth, like you can see basically the full skeletal structure of its teeth in its wide open mouth. Its one eye appears to be massively huge. The other one's small. And that's when you realize there's this intricate apparatus around of different lenses and so forth that are around its head that is, and they're kind of going down, and two of them kind of, and finally go to the sides. So these two sinister, tiny little yellow eyes that are staring at you. And this thing holds this shining, bloodied scalpel in its hand, and is wrapped up its entire body, splattered with gore in kind of like surgical linens. But I need you to make the fear check for me, please.
Do I still get a boon from my?
No, I think that is exhausted.
It's pretty freaky. All right.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, baby. 14.
14, nice.
14,
so yeah, you steal yourself. Okay, so then it will be. You can make. We're going to go into combat now. So this thing is. Interesting. Okay. What would you like to do?
Well, I started going hoy to the other guys, and then.
So a slow action. You're gonna. It's free to just scream out.
Okay. Yeah. But then I would sort of lunge in and go after him, try to get the drop on him.
Okay. Cool. So so slow action. This thing's going to do a slow action as well because it thinks it needs to close in. So, okay. So you'll go first then, Hobie.
Hobie goes first. All right. Rock and roll. Right. Jumping in. No skill.
And the knife does, if you're using the knife, one of the knives that you found instead, it does 1d6 instead of the 1d3.
Okay, cool. All right, now let's do that. Rock and roll. Come on, baby. 4.
Defense is 12.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Swing and miss.
So you're just, what do you call it? As much as you aren't suffering the bane from it, you're just a little too traumatized by seeing this thing. You jump in and
Slicer's Coke.
Yeah. So then Junus and Millar, I'm guessing, have their weapons. Are they going to run into this thing?
Exactly. Yeah, they'll
Okay.
come in. Yeah.
I need horror checks from both of them, please, or fear checks from both of them.
All right. Add a negative for Junus. Here we go.
Oh, no, remember, Junus doesn't suffer from that now,
Okay.
right? Because I said he made that last fear check when he saw that apparition.
Okay.
So he's okay now.
All right. Here we go. Horror checking. He rolls a 1.
Oh. So seeing this thing,
Junus, man, not the bravest of robots.
he's not a no. Okay, so failure. He gains 1 insanity.
1 insanity.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And then go ahead and roll for
To be or not to be.
yeah.
All right. And Millar. Rocking out. She rolls a 14.
Nice. So she's okay. Junus is not going to be able to do anything further. But does Millar want to move into the iron cube?
Is that what it is? An iron cube?
That's what the room is. Remember, the room is a
Right.
separate kind of iron cube, buried I guess underneath this home.
Right. Yeah, she will move in and move around the other side with her cudgel.
Okay.
And,
So this
torch.
this
Or maybe
thing.
could she beat him with a torch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she already moved. No, I'll say there's enough move to get into this thing and attack. Sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
With a torch?
Yeah, sure. Torch does, I'll say 1d6 damage.
All right.
And that's between the fire and if this thing was susceptible to fire, it would do more damage. But
Okay.
it's effectively she's just hitting with a club that happens to be
she
on
thinks
fire.
maybe he's susceptible or something. She'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
All right. And so just straight up. Here we go. 19 minus 1 is 18.
Whoa, nice. Okay, so yeah, hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage 1d6. 3.
3 damage. Nice. Okay, so you whack this thing.
Mm.
So this thing, so it, it's hit by the torch. Roll 1d6 for me, please.
3.
Okay. Then this thing will. Yeah, so as soon as it's hit, it seems to react faster than you would expect the thing to do, and it moves in this weird, like jerky, almost like spasmodic kind of way. And every time it does, it makes that popping sound again too, as it sort of jerkily repositions itself to put Hobie between him and Millar. And it does it like blindingly fast, and then it gets to make its action. So it is going to slash at him with 2 wounds with his scalpel. That's a 20. So yeah, that hits. 10 points of damage. Holy shit.
To Hobie?
To Hobie.
Oh my god, he's dead. He's down.
Okay, so hold on. So damage. Does Hobie take, 10, is his health 10?
His health is 6 right now.
Oh, no, what is his total health?
10.
Is 10. If a creature dies, if it takes an amount of damage equal to its health from a single source. So so what happens is this thing sort of in that sort of chittering faster than you could see it. Suddenly there's just like a, and there's this red line that opens up in Hobie's throat, and he kind of gapes at it, and then blood just spills out, soaking his vestments, hits to his knees, and hits the ground, dead. Okay, now I need you to. Millar's gone. Junus hasn't gone. That thing's gone. Top of the round. So Millar and Junus will need slow actions to be able to get to this thing. This thing would need slow action to get to you guys.
Okay.
So it'll be slow actions for all around, which means Junus and Millar get to go first. What are you gonna do?
Okay. Well, Junus is deeply concerned and feels a bit sort of invulnerable to this guy's attacks, and so he's going to move in and try to clobber this guy. And assuming he has his knife pulled at this point.
Yes, he would have had his one of the knives or his sling. So yeah, the knife probably the most effective weapon he's got right now. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so he goes in and he goes for it. All right, straight up. Here we are. And he rolls a 6.
Ooh, do you want to spend his fortune?
He's better spend his fortune because he could use some luck here. All right, come on, Judas. Rock and roll, buddy. 17.
Nice,
All
that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And remember, it's 1d6 plus 1 because of his strength.
Okay. 2.
Oh no. Okay. So he cuts this thing, and he catches mostly cloak, but does catch some of its tough, withered skin, and it, screeches at you. Okay, what is Millar going to do?
Millar, is there anything that looks flammable in here?
This thing's surrounded by the linen and whatnot. So
Right.
that's what I was having you roll for.
Right.
The way you were attacking, what I'll let you do is, if you want to try and set this thing on fire, is make an attack with 1 Bane, and you can, so if you're successful, it will catch on fire.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so and the other thing I'll mention is, I don't know if Millar's got her fortune or not, but you can spend your fortune to add 2 boons to your roll.
Ooh, boy, I wish I think we said it's used up, so that's the end.
Oh, Millar's used up. Shoot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Too bad. All right. Come on, Millar. Come on. Come on, honey. Oh, 1.
1. So you duck in and try to catch this thing. It, when it kind of skitters back again, and then it skitters in on, we'll say Junus.
Right.
Actually, no, yeah, because it wants to keep its distance from that fucking fire. So against Junus with 2 boons, a 10 to miss.
Nice. Good stuff.
Okay, so it goes in and it kind of like there's sparks that fly off of the steel scalpel going across Junus's skin,
Right.
or his surface, I guess. Okay, top of the round. Junus or Millar wants to go. This thing is engaged with Junus and not with Millar right now.
All right. Well, Junus is going to let's see. Try to hit this thing. Is he going to go for the grab? That's the question. Because then it'd be easier to light on fire, wouldn't he?
Could be, yeah, if that's what he wants to do.
He's going for the grab.
Okay.
Do it. Come on, Junus. Come on, Junus. 10 minus 1 is 9. Plus 1 is 10.
Oh,
Shit.
so close.
Yeah.
So he tries to grab this thing, and it doesn't. It once again, it's going to use this reaction to skitter away.
Okay.
So it's moved. So sort of like if the cube, you picture the cube like this, I guess here. So you've come in here. This is the entrance here. Junus is here. Millar is right here. The corpse of what's his name is here. This thing just got hit and kind of scared over to the side there.
Okay.
And there's all those. Oh, you were asking about flammable. You don't know what those liquids are.
No, I don't.
No.
Well, maybe Millar will go and try to knock down a shelf on top, grab the shelf and try to knock the things off.
Love it. Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right.
Unless you get to 10, and I'll give you because it's relatively easy. You can get a boon to it as well.
All right. Boom. Here we go. Rolling. All right. 13.
13. Nice. So you smash a bunch of these things, and it kind of, some of it comes smashing down on this creature. It kind of, and now it definitely does not want to get close to Millar, so it's going to skitter over to Junus. Has Junus gone yet?
Junus has.
Yeah, because he tried to grab him.
Right, but is this the next turn already?
No, it's the same. This
Right,
creature hasn't acted yet, so now it's going to skitter away and try and get Junus again. 22. So yes, it does hit.
That's a hit. All right.
Okay, and damage 9.
Junus has -1 health.
Okay,
But-
so he is incapacitated.
All right.
Remember, you can spend an action to kind of turn that key to try and activate him again.
Okay.
I'm going to give you fortune back to Millar for smashing that shit down on him because that was pretty cool.
All right. One Millar back.
Okay, and now it is top of the round. So Millar, this thing would need a quick action to get to you. Is Millar's agility higher than her strength?
Yes,
Because you can throw a torch.
that's true. All
And
right.
you would not be suffering the -1 then.
Hey, what the heck? Let's do that. All
Okay,
right,
and I'll give you a boon because it's doused in these chemicals now.
Nice. All right. Let's do this. Come on, Millar. And of course, if I use my fortune, it'd be +2 boons, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Oh no, it would be +2 more. So you'd be rolling 3 boons.
3 boons altogether. Yeah.
Yep.
I might need
You
that
wanna-
fortune. Because I need to do it first, right? Do I need to call it first? before I
Yep,
get it?
yep. You can either save your fortune to try and re-roll, or you can gain 2 boons to it.
That's a good point. Yeah, well, I was thinking maybe I should save it in case because I got a boon on this one. Screw it. Let's go. All 3. Here we go.
Here we go.
Rock and roll. 11 plus 4 plus 3 plus
No,
2.
only you won't add the
Add
highest.
the highest one. So 15. There you go.
15 is good enough. This thing gets hit and
Uh,
takes 1d6 damage. Go ahead.
1d6 damage. He takes 2 damage.
Okay. So it screeches as the flames consume it. It is on its turn. It's going to try and put itself out.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to give 2 banes to that because it's fucking covered in flammable cloth. No, actually, go ahead and make. I rolled less than. I rolled a 1 effectively. Well, 1d6. It runs into more of the thing, and it's now kind of like burning everything.
I'll play the 2 again. All right.
Okay. All right. So this thing is burning and screeching and on fire. Go ahead. So that was its action. Top of the round. What's Millar doing?
She's gonna go run in and wind up Junus.
Good call.
Yeah.
Okay. So now roll 1d6. A 1 to 3. He is at 0. You can roll 4 or higher, and then he's got 1 hit point.
6.
Yay!
Yeah.
Nice.
1.
So he comes back to life.
Okay.
He's kind of battered and like there's holes that have been punctured in his side, but he's able to function again.
Okay.
So and I'll let Junus act this round if you want.
Alrighty, Junus will definitely go in and try to stab this thing because he's pretty immune to fire.
Yeah, and I'll say because he wound down. He didn't, so he probably has his weapon in his hand still. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right.
I'll give you a boon because this thing's on fire right now.
Yeah, a little distracted. All right. Go on, Junus. Rock and roll, buddy. 17.
17, nice. Go ahead and roll damage. 6
Damage.
plus 1.
4.
Okay. How does this die?
So you hear this sort of crunch, tink, as a sort of mechanical sort of crunching as the knife goes into its rib cage, and a few sort of springs and gears pop out of it, and it kind of collapses in a weird heap.
Okay, nice. It's mostly blood and whatnot because it's not actually made of I love that. Okay, there's bits of mechanical bits in there too. So yeah, it kind of drops down and you can see those little things are kind of keep moving until they kind of finally burn and pop and twist, and then the glass shatters in the heat. But this whole place seems to be ablaze at this point now too. It's slowly going around.
Right.
Would you make an intelligence check for me, please, for both Junus and Millar? I don't think either of you have anything that would back up.
Benefit it.
Yeah.
Okay. Junus, intellect. Natural 20.
Okay, so Junus, you looking around and you can see there are sigils on the inside of this whole thing. That are like, you sort of have a weird flashback to your creation. So all of some of the types of magics, like the deep high magics that were used to sort of craft you, this is the type of runes that were used. So like you would think that this is some kind of like the creation of Clockwork does involve a binding of a soul, right? This is something that seemed to bind something in here at one point. This cube is a prison of some kind that has been opened.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
So what are you guys going to do?
Well, we're going to we'll get the Gregory and looks like the body of Hobie out anyways, in case there's anything we can do. So Junus will kind of grab him and drag him out, and Millar will help. Millar also has a look around to see if there's anything of value that's worth grabbing, if it's possible.
Okay. There'll be 3 things that were of value, and we'll roll those randomly.
Okay.
Okay. And then so this and the as the liquids pop and spill and whatnot, they're starting. You guys sort of get out in time to see that they're beginning to spill out. So it looks like this fire is going to actually spread to all of Morehouse.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys sort of you get out there, you get your things, and you can see the flames are beginning to lick the first floor of it, and as I think Millar will be the last one. She's the one who's the most hale and hearty right now.
Yeah.
Millar sort of spares a last look back, and what you see is a for a split second in one of the windows, as the sort of the flames are beginning to lick and whatnot too, you think you see that same woman standing there, but with a look of contentment on her face. Instead of the wound that she cut was gone, the look of anguish on her face is gone, and you actually see that there are there are crowds of ghosts or apparitions, and you don't find these terrifying. You find these sort of satisfying. So like this thing finally burning down is
blessing from
yeah.
souls. All right,
So okay, so then again, you guys head off. So one of the fallouts from this is Father Gregory, unfortunately, is irrevocably impaired. Whatever experience he had in with that thing down there,
he's pretty fucked.
His mind is gone. He's just he will not be able to.
He's a quivering bag of jelly.
Yeah, he's never and disfigured. I mean, the really disconcerting thing is you guys bring him to like a not an apothecary but like a physician, and the really disturbing thing is with the how precisely the surgical procedures were performed. There's no issues with his stitches, no issues with like infection or anything like that. It was a supernaturally powerful thing. But because Hobie died in that that thing. I'm gonna give you two options here. One, you can roll a new character, and he'll start at novice, because the way the game works, you don't start at character level; it's party level.
Right. Okay.
Both these guys, both Junis and Millar, will be level 1. So you can create a new character and will be at level 1, or you can. We'll just throw the Revenant template on Hobie and say that because Hobie died there, his soul was trapped in there, and he's come back a living, as a Revenant.
Which is like an undead, or
an undead, an unquiet spirit.
An unquiet spirit.
I'll tell you what the stats for that are, so you can make a mechanical decision on that as well. But what a Revenant gets is, let's see here, you would get +1 strength and -1 intellect. You would get plus 1d3 insanity. You'd get -1 defense. You'd be immune to disease or poison or fatigue.
Right.
You get dark sight.
Okay.
When you die, you would become incapacitated and remain dead for 1d3 hours. At the end of the time, if your head's still attached to your body, you return to health, return to life, and then heal damage equal to your healing rate, and gain 1d3 insanity. But 1 foot in the grave, you only heal half the normal amount from magic and potions.
Interesting. And are there any other qualifiers for being a Revenant?
Nope, that's it.
What the heck? Why not? Let's
nice. Okay, sweet. Okay, so here's what you got to apply to. So Hobie is now no longer human. He is a Revenant.
All right. So he's defense 9, strength 11, intelligence 9.
And he can roll 1d3 or 1d6. See what his insanity is.
1d6, 4.
2, so he gains 2 points of insanity.
2 insanity.
And then, he's got dark sight.
Dark sight. Okay. Nice.
And then, the eternal returns. When you die, as long as your head's still on, you'll return from life in 1d3 hours. But because you've got 1 foot in the grave, you only heal half the normal amount from magic and from potions.
All right.
So between life and death. But what this means also is that everyone has completed their enters novice level. So now they become level 1 characters.
Nice. Okay.
What careers or what novice things did each want to go into?
Well,
so we're saying, here we go. There's magician, priest, rogue, or warrior.
I think that that's interesting. I think we'll go with. Well, I mean, Junis is going to be, I think, a warrior.
Okay.
And then Hobie was a priest. I think he sticks with that.
Okay.
Maybe a bit of a dark priest, I guess. And then Millar could either be a rogue or I like the idea of her being a magician. Rogue kind of fits her too.
Yeah.
Well, she's got her perception's at 11. Yeah, let's go wizard.
Nice. Okay.
Magician, all right.
Who do you want to advance first here?
Let's go Junis.
Junis? Okay, so warrior. So pick 2 attributes and increase each of them by 1.
Strength 12. Agility 9.
Okay, so first thing is your health is now equal to your strength, so that'll be starting at 12.
Okay.
And add 5 to it.
Ooh. 17. Nice.
Okay.
That's good.
Now you also get you can add 1 common, martial, or wilderness profession. And here's common, wilderness, and martial profession. So go ahead and take a look at those and add 1 more of those to your list of skills or attributes or professions.
Interesting. Constable, detective, guard, jailer, officer, marine, mercenary, all militia, patroller, peasant, slave, soldier, squire, torturer. I say we go mercenary.
Mercenary, nice. Okay. Having get a taste of combat, Junius is now going to throw himself into the mercenary life. Okay, so and then let's see here. Junius also gets catch your breath. You can use an action or a triggered action on your turn. So either in reaction to getting hurt or on your turn to heal damage equal to your healing rate. Once you use it, you can't use it again until you complete a rest, so until you sleep. And you gain weapon training. When you attack with a weapon, you make the attack roll with 1 boon.
Hey, nice.
So all attack rolls with weapons are with +1 boon.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Good.
So that's pretty good for him. Now, who do you want to do next?
Obi.
Obi's gonna be a priest. Okay, actually, you know what? We'll use is he gonna stick with Revel?
I guess so, because Revel, he's gonna think Revel brought him back, so because he had more work to do. So
sure. Okay, so Revel.
Because he prayed to the god first.
Yeah, that's right. You did pray to him for what do you call it? And I mean, he has carved a kind of smile across your neck now.
That's true.
Okay, so for Priest of Revel, increase your any 2 attributes by 1.
Okay. I'm going to will to 12.
Okay.
And then his strength is already an 11. His intelligence is a 9. Let's make that up to a 10. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's bring the intelligence up to a 10.
Okay. Why is his intelligence a 9?
Because it went down 1 because he became a revenant.
Oh, right. Yes, that's right. Okay. Then your health goes up by 4.
Health goes up by 4. H is now 14. Okay.
Okay. And you add a new attribute called Power at 1.
Nice. Dark sight, power.
Now your list. So your professions, you can add either Carouser or Rake to your list of professions.
And what does rake mean in this context? Not an undead rake, but
no, not a wraith.
Yeah.
Rake,
because a rake is actually a name of a type of undead creature.
Oh, is it? Okay,
but,
interesting.
But they mean something else.
Yeah. So carouser or rake.
Well, he's not a rake, so I guess it's a carouser.
Carouser, okay. Touched by Revel, the minimum value of your insanity total equals your power score. So it's fine. Okay. So you're already over there.
Solid. Right.
Mad God's Laughter. You do not become frightened when you gain insanity. Instead, you make attack rolls and challenge rolls with 1 boon for as long as you would have been frightened.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Makes sense too.
So now here you're gonna have to make a decision here because it's gonna be on your one of your spell types here. So here's the spells. So the 3 types that you get to choose from are enchantment, fey, or illusion. And fey is actually in one of these other supplements here. Where is it?
That's a popular though. The fey these days. There's a few games.
Where is it here? Lands of the Fey, creatures of the Fey. There's magic. Magic. Here we go. So let me start with this one here. So here's what the Fey spells are. Maybe look at the first couple levels. Want to see what those are of interest to you. And now what will happen is when you take, you'll pick one of those, and it'll give you the level 1 of the level 0 spells.
Hmm. Fey kind of sounds like its style, doesn't it? It's kind of
The other ones are illusion and enchantment. So enchantment is right here, and illusion is 2 over. So the enchantment ones you would pick from either presence, creatures that are ordinarily attracted to members of your kind make attack rolls against you with 1 bane, or bewitch. Make an intellect attack roll against the target's intellect. On a success, the target is moved up to its speed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then illusion, clamor. Target point emits sound you choose for a duration.
Yeah, I think Fey is the right one.
Phase the right one for you. Okay. So then you gain which of let's see here. So for him, you can use second page too if you like. You get the choice of either misdirect or shrink object.
Misdirect.
Misdirect, sweet. Okay, now this seems to rely on. Oh, you already boosted your intellect, right? I say it seems to rely on intellect. Now you also get to choose one of these options. You can discover 2 other traditions. So you can discover enchantment and illusion as well. So you'd get a 0 level spell from each of those. Or you could discover one of the other traditions and learn 1 spell. And you can learn spells up to level 1, which is equal to your power.
Okay.
Or you can discover 2 new spells. So you can effectively pick 2 more Fey spells, level 0 or level 1. Or you can choose one other tradition and learn 1 other spell. Or you can learn the other 2 traditions.
And when can you get level 2?
When your power is equal to 2.
Okay. And I could pick up to 2 spells if I in Fey if I wanted to. Is what you're saying?
That's right. Yep. A level 0 or a level 1.
Interesting. Beguiling Will-O-Wisp. Interesting. Takes half damage from all sorts. I'm going to take 2 Fey spells.
Okay.
Fade and Drunkenness. Now, can I get another tradition at some other point?
You can, absolutely.
Right. Okay, Drunkenness. All right, done.
And then you also have an ability called Revel's Blessing. You use an action to heal damage equal to your healing rate. You can also choose to gain 1 insanity. And the reason you would want to do that is because then you get that Mad God's Laughter, which means you would gain a boon to attack rolls and challenge rolls for 1d3 rounds.
Okay, I don't have that already with my insanity of 2.
No, it's when you would gain another insanity.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you can choose to heal damage, and you would also gain. It's when you gain an insanity point.
Okay, interesting. All right, okay.
So that's what your ability is. I'm going to quickly check with insanity.
Use an action to heal damage. So I get the blessing. So I get that anyways.
Yeah, you've automatically get that. So you can use an action to heal.
Sure.
And then when you do that, you can also choose to gain another insanity point.
All right, done.
And then which would give you sort of that which would trigger Mad God's Laughter.
Okay.
Good. So you can carry your maximum insanity is equal to your will.
Okay.
Once you get more than your will, then you're sort of
you're out of it.
Irredeemably insane.
Then you're Nietzsche. All right.
Yeah. I cannot find it. Frickin' insanity 335. Insanity. Let's see here. Gaining corruption, gaining, here we go, insanity. Okay, so I did that wrong. When you gain insanity, you become frightened for a number of rounds equal to your new insanity total.
Huh.
Holy shit. So yeah, the more, oof, when you go mad, okay, so when your insanity reaches your will score, you go mad, and you roll randomly to see what happens, and that lasts for 1d6 plus your will modifier rounds. Oh no, sorry, it lasts for is temporary, and then you get to reduce your insanity. So you reduce your insanity by either going insane, or any other way to remove it. Oh, gaining quirks. These are compulsive behaviors like a phobia or something like that. You reduce your insanity total by 1d6 plus your will modifier when you gain a quirk. That permanently afflicts your character. Whoosh. So quirks would be things like, I mean, you're not, your insanity is not that bad right now, but quirks like addiction, compulsion, delusion, depression, flashbacks, memory loss, narcolepsy, nightmares, phobia, stammering, unhinged acceptance, and unusual behavior. Madness. Okay, hold on, sweetie pie. Okay, so you finished up him. He's got his, what are the power, or what spells you take?
I took, so I have misdirect, fade, and drunkenness.
Oh, sweet. Become hidden for the duration. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Drunkenness is neat.
Yeah, kind of fits the character.
Yeah. Okay, so then last one will be for Millar. You said Millar's going to become a magician.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, let's see here. So you may not be surprised. You get to increase 2 attributes by 1 each.
By 1? Let's go with it. And a magician intelligence is the key one?
Intellect is usually the key one for that one, yeah.
Let's go 1 on intellect, and then let's go 1 on will. Well, that's a toughie. Because the strength, well, who needs strength? 1 on will. No.
Okay. Now, you're going to need a second sheet here because you do get a good chunk of spells here.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what you get. So we get 4. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you actually don't, most characters aren't literate. You read all the languages you now speak.
Okay.
In addition, you can add 1 academic area of knowledge to your choice. And the academic area of knowledges are right there.
Academic professions. Architecture, astrology, engineering, etiquette, customs, folklore, geography, heraldry, history, law, literature, magic, medicine, navigation, occult, philosophy, politics, nature, religion, science, war, occult.
Occult, yeah, good call. Very good call. That would have helped you with the, what do you call it?
Right. Yeah, now I have an interest in it. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Sorry, distracted by something shiny. Okay, so you also get +2 to your health, and you have a power score of 1 now.
Okay, health is 11, and power 1.
Yep. Okay, and now you gain the ability Sense Magic.
Sense magic.
Which is a 0 level spell.
I know. Yes.
Okay, now here's where it gets a little complicated. Is you can choose. Okay, you have 4 choices. Each of those choices is to either choose a tradition, and remember when you pick a tradition, you get automatically get a 0 level spell. But because you're a magician, you get cantrip, which also means you learn an extra one. So basically, every time you pick a tradition, you gain both 0 level spells.
Okay.
Okay.
That's nice.
Also, so you can pick a tradition. So you can pick 4 traditions and get all. So you have 8 0 level spells. Or you can each of those choices can be to learn a spell.
Okay.
So you could do like, I'm gonna learn 2 traditions, which gives me all 4 all two 0 level spells from each of those, and I'll use my next 2 choices to gain a 1 level spell and a 1 level spell.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not phrased terribly well in the
that's all.
thing.
So that's 4 spells. All right. I like it.
Yeah, so it's either you can either pick like I say, you could pick, that would give you
That's 5
4
spells.
6 spells.
6 spells. Yeah.
So and you're not restricted to any of them. The ones that are sort of if you want to go with like a signature D&D style spells, Arcana is the one that has all the stuff in there, like your 0 level spells are Arcane Armor and Magic Dart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're not restricted to any of them. So go ahead and
Is
take a look.
there a magic fart?
There is no magic fart spell.
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of, at least. But yeah, like, if there's there's fire, there's earth, there's I think cold. Is that right? No. But yeah, you can feel free to
All right.
mix and match
All right.
those. Maybe what I'll do too is I'm gonna so we will start a new one afterwards. I'm gonna take Missy Lou for a stroll in a moment here. So guys, for those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us for the first part of today's gaming marathon. We hope you've enjoyed so far and hope you join us again for part 2.